Should I
what-
not record?
Pat, do you not want us to record?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, start recording.
Here, Liz got me a
Oh, sweet.
dice rolling thing
That's sick.
That's nice.
for my birthday.
Yeah. That's
It's
really
super
nice.
sick.
It's probably going to be the only present you get, so.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah.
Where,
She gave me a bottle of lotion and this, and said that's all you're getting for your birthday. Sorry.
Nice.
a bottle of lotion. There you go.
And that's why we didn't record yet.
Yeah.
No, we were recording.
Oh, nice.
Well, damn. I didn't know that.
I got like 20 million things running on my computer.
Dude, I finally redid all my sheets, guys. Oh,
Nice.
Did you figure out your spells, bro?
yeah, I just got spell sheets.
Yeah, like Tim. Well, that works too.
Yeah.
Like this is my spell sheet for Jay's campaign is
Yeah.
2 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why you needed I don't know, but
Okay. When we last left off, it was sort of the aftermath of the Battle of Manor Serobar. You went to Vicentius's house and spoke to him about the political situation in the city. You seem to resolve to kill Quinn Vela, who's masquerading as Lord Diadal, and he's Vasilios' brother. And you finally found out who was hidden inside of the dungeons of Sect, who turns out to not be Tobias, but another ghost of Valas, an orc named Dominick, who then told you a bit about Aura Sight, this ability that his order and that Tobias is in possession of, that allows them to fight blind, essentially. But that's about where we'll pick up. You had just gone to go Cheyenne's, introduced him to Dominick, and we're in the middle of training. It's towards the end of the day. It's the sun is sort of setting, but that's where we'll pick up.
All right.
I don't recall if I went back to the ship or if I was just
I think you accompanied them.
We were all at the academy.
I think I was just meditating while people were fighting then.
Yeah. And I think the last thing here was that basically I was going through a kata, Baji was doing something next to me, Ma was meditating.
No, I was very far away from you.
Yeah.
I made it a point to be far away from you.
I do recall that. Yeah.
Baji was being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. These guys rescue you from a manor dungeon. And literally the entire first day you're rescued, all you can do is say, hey man, fuck Baji. I think the only kind of aggression going on here is on your part, really.
Let it play out. Let it play out. I want to punch him. I'm gonna punch him. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna kill this guy. It's okay.
Maul will not step in.
Reflection is that you started it, went down in the sewers. I just retaliated.
Oh, I started it. Oh, I mean, you were being a dumbass, but let's let it play out.
Me and Ma were having a great time.
Right.
But yeah, you're still in Goshine's academy.
Okay, so it's like late afternoon.
Yeah, the sun is sort of setting. Try saying that 5 times fast.
All right, well I will.
So I'm going to talk to Gosh. I don't know if it needs to be an actual dialogue, but I'm going to talk to Goshine about switching this feat and adjusting my dex.
Yeah, did you find out the requisite gold you have to pay for it?
Yes, I did.
We can just say you pay the requisite gold.
I'm going to just do one.
Because it's within like the
feat
300 gold range-ish, I think.
Yeah. I think it was like 450.
So I mean, yeah, you can do the calculations
Okay,
later, but you essentially pay the gold into the donation bowl.
Okay, cool. So that will take me 10 days.
Okay, and you begin training with Goshine. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm continuing to train toward my what's it? My level of plasma.
I'm gonna talk to Goshian.
Okay. Goshian, after some hour or so of talking to Dominick, he walks out of the a side room back into the courtyard with Dominick sort of by his side. The two seem to be discussing something, but Goshayan looks up and sees that you're approaching Baji, and he waves Dumak away.
Just gonna stretch out my sword arm a little bit. Master, how are you doing?
Same as always, I suppose.
Tell me, does any of your wise training consist of learning infinite amounts of patience? Or do you too ever feel like punching Ilo in the face?
Yes. We had a discussion earlier. It is clear your friend is in a lot of turmoil.
Then isn't Ilo in turmoil? I just wish he didn't direct that towards us.
It is the way of humans to do so. We have rage within us. What else can we do with it but give it to others?
Suppose so. So, any thoughts on punching him or not? Just to set him straight.
I would not recommend it.
No? You think he can beat me?
You're fair with a sword, but perhaps you must learn not to settle things always with fists. Give him time.
Ah. Fair enough. Thank you, Master.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, the training session sort of passes. You train sort of well into the night. The sun sets all the way, and before you know it, you're it's nighttime and you're done training. What do you guys do?
So I'm gonna have shed down to basically like my shirt tails as I train here. I'm just trying not to sweat everything through. I will sort of drop out of stance and look around. Is everyone still around?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Around what time would you say it is?
11 p.m.
And we slept like earlier in the
rested
day.
today,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm around. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be hanging out.
I'll look around. And say, so, what now?
Well, this is a good question.
There's a few leads we need to follow. I think the first thing is we have to ensure Diadel does not gain a place at the Vinewood table. I'm going to look at Vasilios.
Is this your brother Quinn?
Yes, Ma. Well, I suppose the real question is whether or not we're going with Sangario's plan or not. We did just stage our first full frontal assault. Maybe that is the answer.
From what I gather about your brother, he seems to be much, much smarter than that. Word's already spreading that we attacked and probably burnt down House Serobar. I'm pretty sure your brother will have some countermeasures at the ready. I think we need to come up with a better plan. And for that, it's probably important to find Tremalkier, gather as much as we can from him.
I think you're right and wrong. I think Tremalkier may be our in. You're right, because he has a rather noted interest in dealing with Diadel, Quinn, and with outing Odyssean as in with him. Yeah? So if we find him, offer our help exposing that the Mask of Lies was a frame-up job carried out by Quinn and Cairo, maybe we can get his help with all this. But on the flip side, I think a full frontal assault may be the best plan nonetheless, because One, I don't think we're gonna outsmart Quinn. He's a manipulator. He's a planner. He's a thinker. Anything that we come up with, he will have thought of first. But given that we did just launch a full frontal assault on Manor Serobar, well, he'll be expecting us to think, well, we can't try that twice. And moreover, it's probably the one place we can tangle with him that isn't his area of expertise and is ours. We're pretty fucking good at beating down doors.
Ma has a question.
Yes.
Shoot.
Ma would like to know Vasilios, what does Quinn Vela cherish most in this world?
I'm not really sure I'd be able to answer that question. Like I said before, it's been a long time since I've seen my brothers, and even before that, I wasn't very close with them.
There's a word.
Alas.
But if I had to think, it would probably be something like power.
That pretty face.
I say there's two avenues. One, and I think what we should start with is finding Tremalkier. He has, based on Ma's scrying of him, we know he's with his men, with his bodyguards. So while Tremalkier might not be leaving his safe house, his bodyguards must have to. And if that's the case, if we can get someone to identify them walking about in the streets, maybe keeping a low profile, we can follow them back to wherever Tremalkier is. So that is something we need to keep our eyes on. And the second thing is, I once again, instead of a full frontal assault, I think something along the lines of ambushing Diadel while he's out in the city, getting one of these Ibrahim bullets in him, and then finishing him off then and there.
That is predicated on him being stupid enough to go wandering around all on his lonesome.
Yes,
He
Ma,
won't.
I would believe that he would most likely be with his gods. But also, what we did talk about challenging him outright. Did we decide that that was not a great thing to do?
I'm guessing.
If the man does covet power of all things, Ma would believe that challenging him in front of his own men to a duel might throw him off and might also challenge his power.
Vasilios? That depends. Vasilios, how smart is your brother?
Again, he's worked hard in this city. If what Goshayan has said is true, Cairo's been here for at least 5 years, and I'm not entirely sure how long Diadel's been a ruse. Would he really risk all of what my family has set up here just for pride? He already has his slot of power, and if he stays safe, he'll have a slot at the Vinewood table, the chair even. Doesn't seem like something he would rightfully jeopardize for something as silly as honor or pride.
I agree.
What if we pissed him off? He's
Now
a
that,
sadist. He's a sadist, right?
that might work.
And he's there's a
Once the sun sets, we can go back.
I'm gonna Ilo just for a second, and then I'll say sadism is all about power. It's all about taking someone else and making them low. And there's nothing to piss off a sadist like proving to them that the person that they made low isn't. I think the girl is the key to all this. The fiance.
And what do you suppose we should do?
I think we need to get her out. I think we need to rescue her.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Bring her back out, and then she can testify before the Vinewood table that Diadel well, did whatever he did. And once he will be forced to assert his power against ours.
What if she's madly in love with him?
Well, then we have a problem. But I don't think I am prepared to bet at very long odds that that is just not the case.
And if it were, I'm sure he'd be much more comfortable allowing her out in public.
This is true.
But you're right, Ilo. This is about control. If we remove his control, it could spiral him out of it.
Well, he only has power by marriage to her, does he not?
Yes, and if she can undermine that marriage, then we have a play. I like that idea.
So it's as straightforward as that. We save the girl, rescue the maiden fair, defeat the evil sorcerer.
Well,
Again, given control, there's one way to prove to him that he has none.
What's
Full
that?
frontal assault might be the only play.
It'll get under.
Sit around twiddling our thumbs and pretending Quinn's smarter than he is. We might lose our only chance.
so you believe a full frontal assault is the right answer?
Potentially, if we have the men to back it, if we have a plan. Maybe it's best we sleep on this. Go out tomorrow. Meet with Sangariel again. See if he's come up with anything.
We'll want to reconnoiter the house. See if he does have defenses in place. We should put Joshua and Lewison on it. Or which one of them went with... Joshua's with Griff. We'll put Lewison and the Windrunners on it.
And just in case. Ma, if we found something that belonged to Tremalkia, I think you might be able to track him by scent.
Ma could try. Ma
I know it's been a few days, but
certainly try. Has it rained in the last few days?
Last few days, yeah, there was that big thunderstorm like 4 days ago-ish, but I don't think since then.
Okay. Ma,
Since the Mask of Lights, I guess, is
Yeah.
Ma certainly can try. Ma will not promise anything.
well, if
He's gone to ground. That's definitely going to... Finding Tremalkia is definitely the hard part. We may not need to if we're just going to install now. We can get Sangariel to back us again.
Baji, do we know much of what happened to his manor? Well, since it's been vacated, has anyone taken control?
That's a good question. Is the master around?
Goshayan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing. It's getting late, but
master things.
he's mopping up the last of the day's
Drinking
sweat.
tea, doing handstand push-ups on one arm.
Yeah.
Whatever masters
He's,
do.
he's fucking Uncle Iroh, man. Do what he wants.
I'm gonna wave him over.
He begins. He just puts his mop down and just walks over to you.
Master Goshayan, do you know of who might be occupying the Tremalkia house since his flight?
It's only been a few days. I think I heard many members of his family were killed there. And then the house was defiled, the windows broken, parts of it burnt. He has many of the lesser noble houses and several of the other Shiniori extremely angry with him. I'd say the wreckage is still sitting there.
And there might still be clues in it?
It was probably looted.
I thought so.
Whatever, but that's not a bad idea, Baji. Whatever. If he did leave anything behind, indicating where it may have gone to ground, it would be well hidden. And given that the rest of the Shinaori haven't found him, they probably haven't found it, if it exists.
If it exists.
If it exists.
Unless someone decided to loot it. Not a Shinio, maybe some thug. Kept it as a trinket. Burnt it. Who knows?
It
No,
might
that'd be
still be
better.
worth a shot, and the night is young.
The night is young. You're so beautiful.
That's pretty good.
Don't ever say that in front of me.
Well, what do you think?
I think I need some coffee.
You wish to go now?
Well, I mean, what else were we going to do tonight? No shops are open.
That's how you measure your days and nights. Are the shops open?
Can I buy things right now? Then what's the point of going to the city? We already trained. We already slept.
That's
No
true, yeah.
shops are open.
All right then, let's go scope it out, gentlemen.
All right.
I'll meet you there. I'm gonna go talk to the Windrunners. Set them to reconnoitering the Kanashai house.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do. You guys split up. Ma, who are you going with?
Maul will go with Ilo.
No more, we need you. Who better to track something that can't be found than a hunter?
Ma's torn between wanting to help Ilo and wanting to help Baji. Not so much Vasilios at this moment.
I don't think Ilo needs much help.
I'll meet you at the house. I'll only be a minute.
Be careful.
By the time you guys get there, I'll probably be there myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spin my glaive, cast fly on myself, and fly off toward the ship.
Okay,
I
yeah.
forgot he can do that.
Ilo just spins the glaive and just and takes off in a sort of burst of light. Okay. Ilo, you arrive a short while later to a few of the Windrunners standing guard on the ship, a few of the goblins and Roderick perpetually drinking. Yeah, you arrive to Lewison having a discussion with one of the Windrunners.
I will land sort of on the dock in stride and just walk up the gangplank without breaking stride, throw some Windrunners standing guard and release them and pass on through.
Okay. Yeah.
Lewison.
Okay. Yeah, that all happens. Lewison, he seems to be in argument with this Windrunner. We won't know until the morning anyway. Just keep them both there. But he turns upon your approach, and the salute happens.
I'll look between him and the Windrunner and say, "Report. What's going on?"
Captain, with the assault on Manor Serobar, we pulled our Windrunners guarding Advoca's bookshop and had them accompany us to the battle. I sent them back to guard the bookshop, but Advoca doesn't seem to be there anymore. The shop hasn't opened all day.
Okay.
We're not sure there's something wrong. We probably won't know until the morning, which is what I've been telling him. But we have 2 men there waiting for her to return, but wherever she's gone, we don't know.
Keep eyes on it. I want to report tomorrow morning if she shows up again. But I'm gonna say, all right, I want eyes on that store all night, and I want to report by tomorrow on whether she returns.
The Windrunner nods and runs off back into the docks.
But for now, I have something else for you. I'm gonna turn to Lewison.
He nods.
How many men do you have at your disposal?
2 men guarding that. 5. We've been bad with recruitment lately.
That's all right. We don't need numbers. We need good men. I want the Kanashai house reconnoitered. What defenses it has at hand. How many men. Floor plan if you can manage it, though. Don't risk exposing yourselves. This is a plainclothes operation.
Okay. The Sangariel house, Joshua was mostly behind the spying. The talking. He hired a few beggars to scope the place out. That shouldn't be too hard, but yeah, I'll get on it.
Good. Give me that report as soon as you can. If I'm not here, you can probably find me at the academy.
Nods.
All right. But now, we have other things to do. Another thing. Put ears to the ground for Tremalkier. I want him found.
He nods. Whole city's looking for him. When they find him, they're going to tear him to pieces. He and his uncle are the only ones left of his family. They haven't found his uncle yet either.
Then you better damn well find him first. If you find him, protect him.
Wow, this is a far cry from a few days ago, Lewison says as he walks away, when you guys were talking about challenging him to a duel and murdering him.
The city of webs, Lewison. You play the day you have. And then I'm gonna give him another salute and take off toward the Tremalkier house.
Okay. The rest of you arrive at the Tremalkier house. You see a few squatters. Well, make me perception checks.
Sorry, is that squatter or squatter?
Water.
Squatters who ride scooters are called squatters.
Squatter.
All right, all perceptions. I got a 15 in my perception now.
Oh God,
15
dice.
to me as well.
I
Oof.
forgot about the dice part of
Big
this
big
game.
oof. Got a 3 on the die, so 18.
I'll do a
15.
perception. I'm pretty good at those generally.
Yeah. Make me a DC 5 perception check. I got a 0.
I got a 6.
To see a bright light in darkness, make me a perception check. I didn't see the bright light.
Yeah, that's a 6 on the die for Basilios. That's a 5. Do I see the bright light?
What'd you get, Pat?
I got an 18. I got a 15 plus 3.
Baji, did you roll?
15.
Okay. With a 15, you approach the outside of the Tremalkier house. You can see inside, just windows broken. Parts of the manor are just blackened with like parts of the timbers just falling down. Like minor fires were put out. The wrought iron gates were busted down. It seems like the rioters, the attackers, just tore the gates down. There's a few squatters moving about, homeless people. You see a few dim lights within, where presumably the homeless are like refugees and the like, sort of making their home. How long do you spend, or do you go inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma believes we should check it out.
You walk up to the manor entrance, and as you're walking up, a man comes out of the shadows. He looks at you, Vasilios, and says, "You're the Tide Hunters?"
Oh!
Um,
Don't sneak up on Ma.
we're some tide hunters.
My master says he hired you to do a job. He's been waiting for you to arrive here.
Who's your master?
I'd rather not say his name. But
Ma,
you're
Ma
standing
and
you're standing in his courtyard.
Oh,
Oh, right. Okay. Let's.
We-
Is
we
he?
came here looking for clues, to find him, hopefully.
Do I have your word that you aren't working for any of the other houses to slay my master?
We know your master didn't commit the attack at the Mask of Lights.
There's disarray in the Vinewood table. If anyone should have a seat, it's Tremalkier.
Make me a diplomacy check, Vasilios.
Can I support?
Yeah, support with your murmuring.
8 plus. Yeah, you're fucking murmuring.
Did you not?
Well, yeah,
did you
he
not
said,
hear
he said we don't. Your master didn't do what people
Okay.
think he did.
Yeah, 20 for me.
Baji, did you
20,
roll?
26.
Okay, yeah. Okay, with a 22, yeah, especially. This guy seemed to have been waiting for you. But he nods somewhat. You see, he's one of the men that when you first arrived in the city was one of the 6 guys that accompanied Tremalkier when he was like, "I want to hire you to kill people." But he looks tired. His eyes are sort of sunken and dark. But as you're discussing this with him, he suddenly tenses and puts his hand on his sword. Moments later, Ilo lands in the courtyard.
I will come down like superhero landing in the courtyard.
I'm gonna say, took you long enough in Elvish.
He's with us.
Yes.
No. I'll look up. Who's this?
This is a new friend whose name I don't know.
He tells you his name.
And that's his name. And he's taking us to Tremalkier.
Well, that's sure convenient.
Yes. If there's nothing else, my master has been eager to acquire your services. The services you promised him at the mask.
Did anyone hit him with a sense motive yet?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't do those.
I'll hit him with one.
I'm
I
gonna
don't give
guidance.
a shit.
Yeah, Vasily. Yeah, again, you can't see a bright light shining in darkness. You know?
I'm gonna
Let
guidance and-
alone like look into
Hey.
somebody's being and see if they're truthful.
21.
17.
I got a 17. 12 plus 5.
With a 21 Baji, you think for the most part this guy's just extremely tired, and extremely wary, but he's not lying. You think there's just a hint of like almost desperation in his eyes.
Lead the way.
Okay. And the rest of you, sort of to lesser degrees, detect that same thing, but no lies. He escorts you, sort of sticking to the shadows. He escorts you through the over into the Crosswinds district, from the Vine Towers district, from the rich part of town to the merchant part of town.
I'm gonna sidle up to Vasilios during this walk and say, "What services exactly did you promise to Malkir?"
I'm gonna look at Isla with kind of like a confused face. To be honest, I really can't remember.
You said you were gonna kill Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tremalkir said, "Hey, this guy Lord Diadel's an asshole. Can you kill him?" And Vasilios said very clearly, "I will kill Quinn for money for you."
That's right. We said we would kill Quinn.
Because you had just got done with a conversation with Quinn, and he really pissed you off. So.
And we'll get paid for it. A bonus, if you will.
Wow. I was expecting something much worse.
As the Thracians say.
Never work for free.
If you're good at something.
Never do it for free. But he takes you through these winding alleyways in this clustered part of the merchant district. You go left, you go right, you go down into a basement, come up again, go through another alleyway, take another, and then finally arrive at a large wooden door with sort of iron bars in it. He knocks. And moments later, the door opens up after a man peers out, and you're shuffled in. You see a few Tremalkir guardsmen with the crimson diashar, their sort of red sword and dagger on black is their symbol. And you, these guys look tired. They look like they've been fighting. They look worn out and suspicious. But you're led into an adjoining room. No windows, just a large sort of rectangular oaken table. And you see Tremalkir standing there. He's discussing, he's sort of got maps of the city laid out. He's discussing something with one of his men. But he looks up, he's sort of got brown hair, sort of golden eyes, like a lion's eyes. And he looks at you and sort of, he's expressionless. He doesn't look good. He's been a few days on the run, a few days horribly traumatized.
Awake.
You know. But he looks at you suspiciously like a lion. So you've come to offer me your services.
I hear you've been having some trouble.
You promised me Lord Diadel's head.
In exchange for some money, yes.
Forget about it. I will take his head myself.
Then why have you brought us here?
I want you to find my old spy master, Odyssean. I want you to put him down like the dog he is and bring me his head instead. Leave Lord Diadel to me.
I look at the
You
party kind of nervously.
You can't
Well-
kill Lord Diadel.
Ma believes that we should take bets on who's going to win. Ma's going to put money on Lord Diadel.
What? I believe it was him behind this massacre.
Oh, we know it was him behind the massacre.
You do. Tell me, what do you know?
Well, that's kind of the thing. If you're going to kill Tremalkir kill Diadel, and You want his spy master's head as well. Well, you want your spy master's head as well. Jeez. I believe they might be together.
You think Odyssean is working with Lord Diadal?
Well, if you believe that Diadel staged the attack and Odyssean was the one to carry it out, wouldn't that be the logical conclusion?
It's true. Why do you think they'll be together? I assumed he was bribed, Odyssean, and he's been working elsewhere in the city. But if they have a working relationship, what are they planning?
Well, if you take a look at the climate, it seems like Diadel has a pretty sure spot at the chair of the Vinewood table with you out of the way, and, well...
Doesn't make any sense. Odyssean, he was with my family for 5 years. He was young, but he was a fantastic spy master, and possessed of some limited magical ability. He's the reason we were so effective in this war. Why would he betray me now?
You could say...
He was never your man.
And Odyssean and Diadem have been playing the long con.
You said you stuttered there. Quinn? It's Lord Diadel. He has an alternate identity.
I'm just gonna look at Vasilios.
I mean, at this point, we might as well.
It's not like Tremalkier is in any position to leverage this information.
How many times will I have to go over this in the city? My name is Vasilios Argovela.
Oh, of the Neosivelas.
Yes. Diadel is my brother. And we believe Odyssean is my other brother.
He puts his hand on his rapier. Your family did this?
Not exactly my family. I haven't seen them in 10 years until I was at this city.
I'm going to take a step between Vasilios and Tremalkier and give him a look like, don't fucking try it.
You see several other men of his men just put hands on swords. He just stares you down.
You spoke to me at the party, Tremalkier. Did I seem like I was mincing words when I promised you Quinn Vela's head?
So you plan to kill him and supplant him, take his place as leader of your house?
That's one way of looking at it. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have much of an interest being the leader of my family. They're all kind of crazy.
Look,
we're tide hunters. You offered me money for a head. I said I would do it.
Make a diplomacy check.
That's a 15.
How do I know this isn't a con? That you're playing me to do something?
I mean, do you really have many options? You're tired. You probably haven't slept in a few days. There's only 2 of you remaining in your family. We're giving you a shot at maintaining your spot at the Vinewood table, and we're doing it for a small sum of gold.
And what's more, Quinn Vela is a monster. And we kill monsters. I'm going to look at Hyla.
I'm gonna meet Baji's gaze sort of praisingly, and then just cock a grin, and nod. And I will look back at Tremalkier and say, and a third thing, you're out of options. We wouldn't be here, except that you're desperate. So you can mince words, you can dance and dally, but the fact of the matter is, we wouldn't be here except that we're desperate. So you can kill us now. And I'm gonna look around at the men and their rapiers and say, if you can.
Ma will not die easily. I'm just gonna slam my scythe on the ground.
Or you can trust that my friend here is as good as his word. And that we really do want Quinn dead. And we will deliver him to you. But mark my words, you understand.
He stares down all of you, just looking you in the eyes one by one, as if trying to parse out your inner secrets. And then he just locks eyes with you, Ilo, and just says, "You will not. This Quinn Vela is mine. I will take his head for doing this to my family. Bring me his dog, your other brother. For that, I will pay you 10,000 gold pieces." And one of his men just goes, 10,000, sir, that's almost the last of our funds. 10,000.
It was nice knowing you. Ma thought you were a very brave young man.
If you're going to kill Quinn, please, get some sleep. But fine. 10,000 gold. Cairo's head. You got it.
Good. You see another Crimson Dagger man shuffle into the room. He's wide-eyed and he's holding a letter in his hands. And he walks over to Tremalkier. And he puts the letter down on the table. They begin discussing it. He whispers something into Tremalkier's ear. Tremalkier just sighs. It seems they found my uncle. He's dead. I'm the last member of my family, and I hereby invoke the name of blood. From now on, Leoshin Tremalkier is dead. I have become the spirit of vengeance for my family, to slay their enemies and regain my name. I'm Tremalikos.
Hell yeah.
Well, Tremalikos, I have a question for you.
He looks at you.
We will bring you Odyssean's head, and I assure you, it will be brought to you. You might be able to kill Quinn Vela, but if you do, and you have 2 dead Velas, how are you going to clear your name?
At this point, that matters little. I will slay my enemies, my family's enemies. Nothing else matters.
You realize the rest of the Vinewood table have invoked blood feud against you. If you kill Quinn Vela, you accomplish your mission, and then they will simply come after you. And then, one day, it may not be this day or the next, but you will tire, and you will be killed.
I'm gonna hold up a hand and say, testimony doesn't have to come from a living head. Cairo will have documentation of the attack, of the planning for it. Executing something like that leaves a paper trail.
Magic. I should have known it was magic. My men, those who managed to escape the Masks massacre, they claim they remember me specifically giving the order. They swear it was me, that I composed this entire conspiracy to kill everyone at the Mask. It was magic. Velas. If it is revealed it is the Velas, magic plays a part. Simply their being involved will mean there was foul play.
Yeah.
Yes, and in that vein, be careful to keep your head if you're going after Quinn. He likes to throw needles in there.
Perhaps I will call upon you again, Tidehunters.
I'm gonna reach across the table and forearm shake him.
10,000 gold.
10,000 gold. You will have it. I'm afraid as all of our funds have been frozen. It was only what I could secure in this safe house. But he shakes your hand, Basilios.
And how long?
How long?
How long until Quinn is dead?
We've been composing a plan for that. I have already begun sending spies to observe his manor.
Good. There's one more thing, though. You must not harm Kenishai if you are to clear your name.
I have invoked blood feud with their family, the family Kenishai. Our blood feud has actually gone on for decades. If I kill her husband, I will also kill her.
Not
I killed
if
her
you
brother.
Not if you want your name cleared. We have it on good information that Kenishai was bewitched by Diadel, and Diadel then took control of the house. If she can testify, she can clear your name.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Any of that coffee left?
No, I think I didn't drink it all.
24.
Some left.
24.
With a 24, he seems reluctant. You say she had no part in this?
No.
She was bewitched?
That is our best estimate.
Have you seen her since Lord Diadel has taken reign?
Now that you mention it, I have not. I assumed she was weak. I looked forward to dueling her in the streets of the city. I had long heard she was one of Goshayan's star pupils, a fierce swordswoman. Imagine my disappointment when she turned out to be nothing more than a maiden in danger.
Well, nothing more than that, indeed. And I'm gonna sort of sidle up, put myself across the table from him, end to end, and say, remember what my companion said about us killing monsters, and think about what you will become if you put down an ailing girl in her bed. And understand that I have no love for Quinvale, and I will happily watch him die. And I'll watch him die by your hand. Doesn't bother me a bit. But if you hurt that girl, Tremalikos, there is not a soul, not a wall, not a weapon that will keep me from you.
Maybe an intimidate check.
15.
With a 15, he seems relatively unimpressed. Leishan, Tremalikos now, has always been just very unafraid. He is a warrior spirit. And he just sort of looks eyes with you. He looks at you almost like a lazy lion. Then he just looks to the rest of you. Will that be all?
Yes, that will be all.
Well,
Bring me Odyssean's head, and then perhaps we will discuss a joint assault on the Manor Kenishai.
Do you know where he is? Where he might be?
No. I know. It seems I know nothing about him at all. But if he is your brother, perhaps you will have some insight into where he is in the city.
I give him like a confident.
He doesn't stare at you for very long before he just looks down at his the maps again, and pretends you guys aren't there.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna turn around and walk out.
Okay. Yeah. You see a few of the men. You recognize a few of the men as men you had fought at the party. Others who managed to survive, like 2 or 3 of them are some of the surviving crossbow men who are just like, oh wow, I guess we shouldn't have done that. Who managed to sort of survive and escape. They all sort of part before you, and one of the guardsmen lets you out and onto the city streets, back into an alleyway, and you can wind your way to the city streets.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna.
Gentlemen.
Our timer probably starts now. This is the second Shiniori I've mentioned my brother's name to. He's managed to hook any baits on Tremalikos or Sangariel or me or you. We probably do not have much time.
Do what?
To find and kill Cairo.
Perhaps Advika might have some leads.
About that, I just got a report from the Windrunners. She's missing.
What?
Lewison pulled the men on her shop when they assaulted Manor Serobar. When they got back, she was nowhere to be found. They don't know. It's only been a night. They don't know if maybe she's gone somewhere and will come back in the morning. But I've told him to report back to me come daybreak. And if she's not back.
When were you planning on mentioning this?
Right about now.
Well,
All right.
Ma believes she could be fine.
Yeah. Well, the last time one of us didn't show up, it turned out that we were kidnapped by Black Scars and forced to drink Ebrium.
This is also true.
They didn't make me drink Abraham.
Well, she's probably not in the dungeons of the Manor Serobar.
This is true.
All right.
Did she mention anything to you, Baji? Anything she was looking into before this?
Mike, do I remember anything?
I think mostly she was planning for the expedition to the Bay of Ghosts. That was sort of her latest, as well as some light spying around the city.
Yes. I believe last I spoke to her, she was still planning on our expedition and putting some feelers out for Tremalkier. This is bad. This is very bad. Not only might she be in danger, but if anyone manages to get their hands on where Anantashesha and the Oceansphere might be, then we're all in trouble.
It's entirely possible that Vector grabbed her.
We should go to a shop.
You do proceed to her shop then?
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna nod.
Yeah.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
There's another lead I want to chase while you do that. And
Sorry, what did you say?
there's another lead I want to chase. And it's something that Tremalikos said that jogged my memory. Something that I need to deal with. And maybe it will be... Well, I don't know. But there's so much
As I just said, Ilo, a timer has started. Do we think it's wise for us to be separating?
No, I don't think it is.
I see your point. I see your point, and I understand any hesitation about me wanting to wander off alone.
Ma could try to track her from where she left when she left her shop.
That's a good idea, and I think that's a lead worth chasing. But there's someone else in the city who might know a little bit about the game of assassins.
And it can't wait until after we check out the shop.
Like you said, we're on the clock.
Well, who goes with who? Ma is going to go try to track down this person.
I would just slow Ilo down. The man can fly.
And besides,
Ilo, when did this turn from Clan Valiant into Clan Valiant and Ilo fucks off somewhere else?
well, right about the time everything got very hostile to Ilo.
What are you talking about?
Ma's
Us being hostile towards you?
Ma's gonna say in Elvish, Ma has not been hostile towards you.
I'm gonna sort of bow my head a little bit and look to Basilios and Ma and say, I admit it's unfair of me to include the two of you in this. But our self-declared captain has made something of an issue. And I don't want to be difficult.
It's funny. You should call me a self-declared captain. What are you, King of the Windrunners?
I never named
Lieutenant?
I never named myself a king, Baji. You did. Where's your fucking kingdom?
I want you to remember that I have never called myself a king. All of you did. I, until my coronation, am still a prince, and I've never referred to myself as anything less or other than that. And it was you that bowed to me and called me king. So you have yourself to blame.
Maybe I'm starting to regret that decision.
On Ma's Island, when hunting parties, there was a a challenge of power. Ma would have whoever was challenging his power fight him one-on-one. And then, afterwards, we would not kill each other, but our fight would get our feelings out.
Is that what this is, Ilo? Can't stand anyone else being in the captain's seat other than you.
All right. I'm gonna step in between the two of these. I am so sick of this. Kings, oaths, rites of power, rites of passage. Look, we have to be a little bit deluded to be tide hunters. Lost nobles, a paladin in the Oceansphere, some dreamborn god?
Ma is not deluded.
Now, if we get lost in titles and labels, or what have you, we'll drive ourselves mad. All I know is that we're 4 friends, I look at Ilo, on a ship who help people, right? We have our shit. A crazy sorcerer family, a lost kingdom, a death of a squad mates, entire dreams lost. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be bowing to each other, right? We should be making a decision as a party. That's what we decided to do. When I was in Azoracquare, I decided to come with you. I had been in the Oceansphere long enough. I had seen group after group, squad after squad, tide hunter after tide hunter, but I wanted to come with Clan Valiant, right? Now, for God's sake, for tide's sake, can you just stuff your shit in the box and be sad about it later?
I'm gonna look away a little ashamed and say, "You're right."
Ilo, if you want to continue to run off and play hero, then I'll let you do it. Because you looked at me in my eyes and you said you had something you needed to do alone. Now, I am not in a position to tell you how to live your life. And I'm not in a position to tell him that he's not the prince of a kingdom or that he's not the shaman of a tribe. We are men who decided to be together.
Ma is half man.
Orcs, sorry.
This is okay. Ma does not take offense.
I'm gonna turn away and say, this is something that I need to do alone. And it's not because Toldir kidnapped my pet angel. And it's not because I'm giving myself up to something. It's because there's a man alive who I thought was dead, who I thought I failed.
Well, Ma is wasting time here. Ma is going to get fresh on that scent. So Ma's going to take off as a Deinonychus and just start.
The guardsmen of the city are just going to be totally fine with that, you know.
I'm gonna walk up to Ilo, and I'm just gonna look him dead in the eye, and I'm gonna lean in. You get into any trouble? Don't expect us to come this time. I'm gonna head off with Ma.
And I'm gonna look to Vasilios and say, yeah, it's all my fault. I'm gonna. Do I have any? Actually, as I sit here and think about this, do I have any idea where Orion is?
No. You only know he was alive. You don't even know what he's doing.
He's just gonna walk.
He might not even be in the city.
Well, that's. I thought I had a location. I really
At least
did.
go
That-
pretend like you did something. But before you, if you're gonna fly off,
Go fuck off for 2 hours and come back.
I would,
Yeah, guys, I totally found him.
after all that, I would not admit the fault. I'm gonna grab Philo by the shoulder and look him in the eye again. If it's something you need to do, and I'm gonna shake his hand.
I'm gonna take Vasilios' hand and then I'm gonna reach up and do that and give him that mid forearm shake.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The Clan Valiant shake.
You're right about us. And we've been letting this business of oaths and titles divide us. And I promise you I'm gonna sort that out. But if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it yet. but something has to be done, and I'll figure it out.
Well, I know if you need help, that's what we're here for.
I appreciate that.
Real quick, this doggo has fallen asleep on my lap.
Take a fiver.
Yeah, let's take a 3 or 5er.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
Man, I was like prepping for that sort of speech for like 3 weeks now, and I still like boggled it so fucking hard.
You always
thought it
do
was-
though. You always
Yeah.
do is the thing. You just gotta do the broad strokes.
I thought it came.
I like the speech. I like the speech a
No, I
lot.
thought it came quite well.
That was
I shall
I've
refrain.
just been hoping for PvP to happen. That's it. I'm just waiting for
Get out of
PvP.
here.
Like,
Oh, you're telling me you don't want to punch Ilo in the face?
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
see
You know I'm right.
what?
You know I'm right.
I think I might get a drink.
Ooh. I still think that Bosch is kind of a fucking poser.
How the fuck am I a poser? All I've done nothing but good.
You've done a lot.
Guys,
Oh, I'm
we're all a bit of football playing kings in space in this party. Let's be honest. Lost nobles, legendary tribal druid.
Hey man, I'm just a guy with a cat.
Yeah, Mr. Paladin Nightman.
I just really like my cat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Ilo's got a whole backstory that you guys mostly don't know about. Still.
I read Stormlight Archive, so I know your backstory.
Oh no.
Yeah, no dragons in Stormlight.
Hey,
That's
shut up. You don't know that. You don't know that. You've never read Stormlight.
I'm halfway through the first book.
Oh, okay.
How are you liking it?
Honestly, I haven't picked it up in a while, just because I feel like after finishing Wheel of Time, I was all fantasied out for a while. You left her up there, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, because there've been a few times where I've just been like doing audio editing, and
All
it's
I
just
hear
like,
is sleeping.
yeah, basically. And I'm kind of just like, okay.
That's so
You know,
cute.
she's just like, we're in the middle of a scene, and I'm lifting up a chihuahua.
We should. I wish we had. She doesn't like stay on other beds. She always wants to sit on a lap. But I wish we could have like a chihuahua cam.
She's literally a lapdog. Isn't it?
Yeah, that would be cool to have a chihuahua.
I just have me as the sixth member of the party.
You just need to get a heating, like a little heating like pad and put it under
I
like
do have a heat pad.
and she would just fucking sit on that forever. Then
she would
put it
never leave you
under,
alone.
put it under one of her beds.
Yeah, when I drive her in my car, I put her on the passenger seat and I turn on the seat heater, and she just like slowly
Or is it
falls.
seed eater?
Damn sure.
That's badass.
I think yours does, doesn't it?
I don't think mine does. No, if it does, then I'd be
it's like
so
a
happy.
2018, isn't it?
2010.
Oh, really?
My car is not a 2018. It is a
I thought
2010.
it was because it has like no miles on it.
Yeah. Apparently, like old women driving cars to church.
And then
That's-
dying.
That's my car. Yeah,
Okay.
literally.
So Ilo, where are you going?
I had a thing that I was going to plan to have a thing. I have no idea.
You could. I mean, you could.
Go to a bar or something.
That was legit, like out of character. That was a legitimate out of character mistake that I just made. But I guess I'm gonna go to the Star Elves hideout.
Okay.
That's a good place to start.
And start looking around.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say, you know, sort of me bringing up my notes. You know, I have nothing else there for Orion. So you fly to the Shadow Mercs, to the Star Elves place, and sort of return. You Peter Pan through the open window, just sort of land on it, and you begin searching through it. For however long you want to, you search.
Yeah, I'll search for a little while. And I think kind of the other thing that I'm gonna do is I'll just linger in the kitchen a moment, because that was the last place I saw Zinni before she was kidnapped. Just sort of stare at that spot where I let her go.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna walk out the door where she left and sort of fly up onto the roof, look out over the ocean. And then I'm just gonna fly off toward Advika's shop.
Okay. I was gonna start singing somewhere.
Can we say we've been
beyond the
there?
sea. What'd you say?
We've been there. I think we'll save Ilo his pride. We've been there for a little while before he comes back.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of you, there's a trail of people muttering, Baji and Vasilios saying, "It's like fucking dinosaurs that just ran by. Holy, somebody call the guards! My God." But you eventually head to Advika's bookshop. You see two of the Windrunners standing there with the Deinonychus in front of them.
I'm just gonna be already getting a head start of sniffing out a scent for her.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
pulling some survival checks.
You guys know Advika. The door to the bookshop is locked. And you arrive, and the Windrunners basically tell you it's been locked all day. Lights are off all day. Nobody's been in or out. Usually she's open on this day. She never misses a day, sort of thing. But she has. You can break into the bookstore, but you also know she has private apartments in an alley back behind the building.
Ma, you can still understand me, right? You just can't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ma, why don't you go check her apartment? When did you guys arrive?
I look at the Windrunners.
Shortly after the battle.
And when did that end?
9 p.m. and 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
I'm, I guess, gonna go track down her apartment through scent, or do I scent her? Like, do I smell? Like, do I know this person?
Okay, yeah. But you what are the rest? We'll
yeah,
get to you in one sec, Mal.
Yeah, I look at the lock.
And is this the lock that she normally locks up with at night?
Yeah, that's it.
So we can at least assume that she was here, 24 hours ago?
Yeah,
Unless
we
someone
were
else
here
is-
yesterday, or at least two of the other guys were. She was here yesterday.
Ma's just gonna go up and just start like claw like on the lock. Just tink 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 tink.
Mike, I know that she had a she had like a secret room within the library, right?
Yeah, she had a sort of map room.
There's somewhere in here that we might be able to go for clues. Someone mind opening that lock?
Yeah, I'm gonna strap on my engineer gloves, and once a day I can just look at a mechanism and determine how it works. So can I just do that with the lock?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You have to make a disabled device check to unlock it.
Yeah. I think I could. Yeah, get a bonus +5. Okay.
Ma, you come to the back of her the alleyway, sort of where the door to her private apartments are. Make me a survival check.
All right, good stuff. I've got a 12, so I'm gonna Iune Stone hit my survival. I'm gonna guidance and shit. Actually, let me look real quick. Sorry. And I will also pop. Shit, is there one
An
for
11 on the
survival?
disabled device. Whatever.
You can take 10 minutes and take 10 on that.
Okay, what is it? DC 15?
That's it. So.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just take 10. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Instead
you
of shooting it down.
you quickly try to struggle with it, but then realize you have to be more patient with it, and then you just take 10 minutes and then take 10 on the check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guidance and Iune Stone this. Ooh, nat 1 on the die, so that's a 1 plus 15, so 16.
Yeah. The 16. There are some things you discover, Ma, but her scent, what scent she had, it simply dissipated throughout most of the day. You, Ma, you sniff, you're sniffing around. You notice mud. Just like a lot of the sort of alleyways of the city are muddy in places, and it just rained a few days ago. But you notice tracks in the mud with the 16. You're able to see with the 16 that most of the tracks are just a pair walking. You see there's a pair of footprints leading away, and then coming back. It seems like you can determine, Advika, a lot of the time leaves from her back entrance, walks out over this mud, and then comes back later in the day. You can sort of tell she has a habit of just like this is the way she enters and leaves her apartments.
I love
There
a
you go.
stand on, bro.
But Ma, with a 16, you're not able to detect much. It's just too dark in the alleyway. You can't get a good look at the footprints.
Can I cast light?
Okay, can you cast light on your with your Deinonychus form?
My claw.
Make me a perception check.
Okay, cool. My perception's at a 15. I'll just guidance it. So I got a 9 on the die plus 16, so 25.
With a 25, you catch the light glints off something in the mud.
Okay. I'm gonna, get closer and see what it is.
It looks to be a tiny, tiny ruby. Perfectly circular, almost in the shape of an eye.
Okay, Ma's gonna carefully put it in his mouth and
Swallow
look for anything else, and then anything else? Do I find anything else?
No, it's just the door to the apartments. We'll go to the rest of you for a sec. Vasily, you succeed in cracking the lock on this.
It only took me 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you see, you'd open the door into the dark, silent bookstore.
I'm gonna, just look to Baji. I don't know if I've ever been here. I've definitely met Advocate, but I don't know if I've ever been to her. But
You might not have. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna make my look around and then make my way to the secret room.
Yeah, make me perception checks.
I'll do my best. 15.
This is 17.
With a 15 and a 17, you don't notice anything really out of place in the bookstore. You make your way to the back room. It's not really a secret room. It's more of just like her back room.
Right.
You enter and you immediately tell shit's fucked. Her map room has been torn to pieces. Just upended chairs. The maps she had are all missing. Some are just torn to bits. Nothing else but the entrance to her apartments, which is at the back of the map room.
I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. There's no magic.
Okay.
This is not good. Very not good. I'm gonna look around a bit, see if I can case the joint for any information.
As I said, there's a door to her private apartments.
It's okay. Yeah. In that case, I'll open that door. Is it locked?
No, it's not locked.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna jiggle the handle.
You jiggle the handle.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'll step back and open the door. I'm not walking through the door. I'm opening the door.
Gun fires from the side of the door.
You guys, ye have little faith. You and it's never the doors you check, is it? But you open the door. It opens into a dark, silent sitting room. Sort of looks like Advika's private sitting room for her apartments. Again, this room is also torn to pieces. You see just sofas upended, just the sort of stuffing just cut out with looks like long gashes in it. It's a wreck. Make me perception checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna also cast.
Can I also make a sense motive check?
What are you trying to determine with the sense motive check?
Whether this, these gashes, this wreckage, it looks like someone was trying to burglarize something, or they were looking for something in particular, or if they wanted to make it look like it was just a break-in and entry.
Okay. Yeah, make me a perception check on that.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
My perception, and I'm also casting Detect.
24.
With a 24, Baji, it definitely seems like somebody was looking for something. You see like the stuffing cut out. Really looks like they were looking for something inside the stuffing. You look around. You see like carpets torn up as if people were looking for trapdoors. You're not sure if this was staged, but it might be a possibility. But we'll go back to Ma for a second. I'll get back to your perception checks in a second. But Ma, you hear rustling and moving around inside.
Ma's gonna get wide-eyed. And then, is there like a door?
Yeah, there's just a door leading straight from her apartments into the back alley.
Okay, Ma is going. Is the door locked?
It is. It is.
Ma's gonna put like the gem in the corner so that he can like attack on.
Okay.
Immediately.
Yeah, the gem is very small. It's like the size of a penny.
So I'm just gonna like put it in the corner somewhere, and then is there a window?
Oh yeah, there's a small window.
I'm going right through that fucking window.
You guys watch as
some Jurassic Park.
Yeah, just I can't do the male velociraptor call. But a Deinonychus comes in through the window.
I just like get my hand ready to cast a spell.
Jesus! Oh, not Jesus.
And Mom's gonna look really disappointed.
And
then he's gonna tap on the door, like, let me out.
Yeah. But Ma, you can also make a perception check to look around.
Okay, I'll
get back to all your perception checks.
I got a 15 on the die plus 15, 30.
Ooh.
Okay. Ma and Baji, you guys spend several minutes searching the apartments. You find a few notable things. There's 2 bedrooms. You recall Advika lived here with her mother for years, and her mother was the one who sort of ran the bookstore. But her mother then disappeared. But you check both their bedrooms, which are also just torn to pieces, as if people were looking for something. One of the Baji and Ma, you find a bookshelf in Advika's room. It is loaded with books. I will post what it is loaded with.
Books. I like books. You put that in Roll20.
Yeah, I'm gonna post them in Roll20. But you you notice all these books on the freaking bookshelf. They all look like they were well leafed through. Like Advika is a reader. They look like they might have actually come from her bookstore. That she ordered them, like that. Let me just.
Ma's gonna run back and get that gem. I guess he's just gonna jump through the window again.
Okay. The books are titled "The Fall and Exile of the Family Katkar," Shivaji Rudra's Conquest of the Oceansphere, The Desecration of Ilarion, and Vihan Katkar, Villain or Victim.
Oh.
Who the fuck is Katkar?
This is not good.
Can I make a check?
You can make a knowledge nobility check.
Shit. I'm just gonna pick up Vihan Katkar, Villain or Victim.
Yeah. It's an examination of Katkar's history. He was the guy. Bit of a history lesson. Baji's great, however many times grandfather, Shivaji, with Oceansphere, he conquered the Oceansphere.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they destroyed the city of Ilarion,
Mm-hmm.
which was where the Star Elves lived. However, that was not Shivaji's intention. He gave very specific orders to one of his generals, Vihan Katkar, not to destroy the city. But Katkar was highly ambitious, and he wanted to supplant Shivaji. So he, as part of his scheming, directly violated his orders. And when he finally captured the city, he utterly destroyed it, like desecrated it. And that basically forced Shivaji to challenge him to a duel, and then the whole thing played out. What was your knowledge ability?
18.
18. Then you know all of that sort of. That's sort of the general examination of him.
But
in
not
history.
what happened in the duel or anything.
What happened in the duel was that, per Canconi tradition, it is the challenger Oh no, it is the challengee, the one being challenged, who gets to pick the weapons for both parties. Generally, they're fair about it, but Katkar's plan was to force Shivaji to challenge him to a duel by directly violating his orders. And then, because he was the challengee, he declared that he wanted to wield Oceansphere in the fight. And Shivaji was honor bound to give him the sword. But as the sort of Kenkoni story goes, as soon as Vihan tried to draw the sword, it killed him. He just dropped dead.
Oh.
So it's but generally he's looked upon as sort of a villain in history for these reasons of ambition. Yeah, but this sort of asshole, she's got a lot of books about him.
Am I reading this right, Bashi? Do you think that she's more of a fan of Katkar than your ancestor?
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but
How much did you tell her? Were you the one to figure out that Ocean's Fury was in the Bay of Ghosts?
yes. Well,
And you even let her plan the expedition?
I asked her about her last name, and she said that her family once had one. I'm just gonna leaf through Vihan Katkar, villain or victim.
Okay. You leafing through this, you come across a page that just has scribbled on it the words "Eye of Anantashesha." It looked like it was recently written. It looked like it was just one of her idle scribblings.
Okay, what's on that page?
Just a bit about Katkar. Nothing relating to Anantashesha.
Can I get a gist of this book? Is it what's it say
basically
about Katkar?
It's an examination of his place in history, and basically it asks the question of like whether it was just whether he was actually this big of an asshole or whether it was just propaganda, sort of like Shivaji discrediting a political rival, sort of thing, taking a different a look at his character in history, whether even destroying the city was justified in some way. A standard sort of examination of a historical figure.
Go through these books with me, Vasilio. See if you can find anything. And I'm going to pick up The Fall and Exile of the Family Katkar.
I am just going to cast Scrivener's Chant, and ignoring what any of the book says, I'm just going to jot down all of her notes.
Okay. I'll say this. There was something else you spotted.
Oh.
I just want to get to this real quick.
Yeah.
A mosaic in the sitting room of Anantashesha and Nihan, the two destroyer gods of Cancun.
Is that like the monkey and the snake? Right? Or is that the story?
Like that. Anantashesha is a giant destroyer eel, sort of, or serpent, and he represents the sort of alien, cold, destructive powers of the sea, whereas Nihan is sort of the fiery, human destroyer of the land. He represents like mankind's capacity for destruction.
Okay. What was that myth? Like, what's the?
That was a while ago. Yeah.
It was a monkey and a snake, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was them basically.
Okay.
Yeah. They're the two patron gods of Cancun.
Okay.
Is there like a bowl on the table or something?
What do you mean, a bowl of what?
I'm just trying to put this gem that's in my mouth in something so that they can know what it is.
With a 30 perception check, Maw, you realize the mosaic of Anantashesha is missing its eye.
Maw's gonna like open his mouth and like hold out his tongue. Ah!
Oh, what's this?
And then like kind of get close to the mosaic and
Yeah.
ah!
You take the gem, Maw, and with your tongue. Oh, you tongue Anantashesha's eye. You dirty dog. Yeah. You just stick this gem into the mosaic of Anantashesha's eye, and you see Vihan's trident just click, and it sort of clicks out of the wall and becomes a lever.
I am going to look at Baji.
Maw's gonna pull that lever with his claw.
He just does it. He just sends it. No thought.
Anantashesha's eye.
It's first there was and then and we're good.
You pull the lever, and the entire mosaic, the wall it's against, just clicks open, and sort of rotates. And there's a secret room.
And Maul's gonna.
Ma, I'll never understand how you figure these things out so quick.
Maul's just gonna scatter inside then.
Okay.
I think maybe Edvik left that as a clue for us, and I'm going to point to the book. Mike, real quick, what does the mosaic of Anantashesha look like?
It's sort of serpentine. He's sort of swirling, and he's facing Nihon, and they're sort of they look like they're about to fight each other, which is something they sometimes do.
Okay. Is there anything else? Any other notes in the book?
No, but there seem to be notes in the secret room.
I guess I'll go in.
Okay. Moments after the door clicks open, Ilo, you just land in the alleyway, back behind the bookstore, and see the window is broken.
I will look at that, assume the worst, and pop through the window like I'm ready for a fight.
Okay. You just sort of Peter Pan gracefully just float through the window, still like moving fast and ready for a fight. And you just see all three other members of Clan Valiant just turn and sort of look at you.
And I just like pop my head out of the closet and smile.
Ilo, look what Ma found.
Oh, I thought that was going to be way worse.
I see you're back already. Found your
Now.
lead?
We're going to need to talk. Now isn't the time. Clearly something is wrong.
Sure. By all means. Anyway, if you don't mind, we have some actual work to do. And I'm going to walk into the...
Okay.
Maul's gonna throw a bark skin on himself
Okay.
in this secret room. that lasts for
Immediately,
a while.
you can tell there are seemingly 3 areas of interest in this room.
Detect magic.
You detect magic. I don't think there's any magic in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say for now, I don't think there's any magic in
Okay.
here. I don't think there's a
You
secret
always
trap.
just gotta make sure.
But you just cast detect magic or something. But there's 3 areas of interest in the room. There is a conspiracy board.
Oh, yes!
There is a file desk, and there is a desk, a normal desk with a bunch of notes written on it.
I'm gonna look at that conspiracy board, Mike.
Okay.
Did you ever tell her about Diadel or anyone? Or any of the Belas?
I don't think so. I think I kept most of that close to
Yeah.
my chest.
No, Mimi's coming in.
Oh, god damn it.
I don't know why she's coming down.
I don't
Alright.
even hear
I'm gonna take care of her. She's literally not gonna stop scratching until she gets in, so I'm gonna take her upstairs.
Wait.
Okay. Okay, yeah. What are the rest of you checking? Again, he's probably checking the conspiracy board. There's a file desk and a desk with a lot of notes on it.
Is my 30 perception riding?
You look around the room. There's no perception checks around. I'm just gonna tell you what you find in the
Okay.
room.
Are her notes
yeah.
written in Cancun?
No, common.
Okay, they are written in common. Yeah, I'm just gonna read her notes.
Okay. And there's also the file desk.
It's Canconi. It's like
I'll walk over and look at the
Cancun. Yeah,
critter
sorry.
board as well and say, "Did you know this was here?"
I did not. No.
Okay. The conspiracy board is composed of drawings and sort of visages of several low-ranking East Sphere Company officials. It's like it is literally like almost like in Daredevil when they're trying to find out who Fisk is.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like there's like the all of the like who's this guy? He's this guy.
Yeah.
He's the consigliere. He's the
I'm just imagining the scene from Always Sunny with Charlie at the
Mailbox.
Advocate. who is but yeah, no. So there's several East Sphere Company officials. Their names, their faces, their titles. As well as several officers of the Aurelian Dawn. You see your brother. You see Vasilios' brother Theo up there. And under his name it just says Commander Minos ? And then his name is just underlined several times. As well as a few others. However, looking at the board, the higher up you go on the board, the fewer names and pictures there are. The topmost figures are mostly silhouettes, with sort of question marks next to them. A few notes here and there, like things these people might be capable of. Towards the very top she has written board / council of sharekeepers, which she had earlier told you, Baji. the higher up most people of the East Sphere Company, nobody knows who they are. Their identities are hidden, and she seems to be trying to have figured out who they were. At the top is a single silhouette of just a man's face, and under it is just written, "Who is the chairman?" Elsewhere on the board, there are several notes scribbled down, including it looks like she's a scribbler. She just has things written down in random places. I'll copy and paste what those notes are.
As I look through this conspiracy board, I'm gonna search for Sinzavin's face.
Okay. Yeah, he's on there. He's actually towards the top. He's one of the higher ranking people of the Dawn, who Advika has identified. She doesn't seem as interested in him, because her job, your father gave her and her mother the job of coming to Veneias and finding out who the hell you're fighting, who controls the company, who controls the Dawn. So she was less interested in him because he's known, people know him. But also just notes written on the board. Ocean's Fury is real. That's recent. In the past few days, you told her that. As well as Ocean's Fury is the key. Also written down is defying the rule of 13, sort of question mark, and then Sea Titan. Also written there is the question, what is the time of twilight?
Can I make a check?
Time of twilight.
Good question.
I don't know. Arcana. I guess that would
Yeah,
kind of.
you can definitely make a check.
Can I? Do I have to decide what check?
Yeah.
All right. I am going. What, guys? Crowdsource. What do I do? I got good knowledge checks, boys.
This sounds like a lore thing. It sounds like a lore thing. So what's a Angus?
Well, it could be
History.
magic. It could be history. It could be planes. I'm good at planes.
I'm gonna say.
What are we thinking meta-wise? Oh,
Fuck. I'd say either knowledge, geography, history. I'd say does Twilight. That doesn't fall.
Planes. I would try planes.
I would say planes, right? I'm thinking something to do with Virgil.
Okay.
You guys want to do planes? We'll try planes. Can I just keep making knowledge checks? Can I make all of them? I mean, why wouldn't I be able to, right? Isn't that how knowledge
No, yeah, I
works?
suppose not.
I'm
I
just
mean,
searching through all
Okay.
of the knowledge.
But yeah, I mean, depending on what you think it means, make me a check on it.
I'm going to try planes.
Okay.
What is my planes?
I got a 16 knowledge religion on that.
What this might have to do with Virgil. The desert he is said to have rescued his people miraculously from before he brought them to Neos. They existed in a desert of perpetual twilight.
Something to do with the pyramids?
But he didn't rescue them from the sun scar necessarily.
Okay.
But besides that, you're unsure of your religion.
22 knowledge planes.
Knowledge planes. You don't think anything that would apply to this? It's a possibility.
All right. Arcana. Ew. That's a +8. 11. Can I just search my memory bank of knowledges and
I will.
and
Yeah, I'll
readings?
say the phrase "time of twilight." You don't know what that means.
Okay.
But that seems to be a question she was asking herself. But Vasilios, are you going to her scribbled notes then?
Yes, I'm just on her
Okay.
desk or whatever.
You you look over her scribbled notes. There are idle scribblings, poems, that sort of thing. One is actually a drawing of you four. One is actually a drawing of Ocean's Fury, what she thinks Ocean's Fury looks like. And there's a poem written there.
Okay. As always, I Scrivener's chant everything.
Okay.
Just an unlimited database of whatever we find.
Yeah. You find this poem.
Oh shit.
Ah, fuck me. fucking chicken nugget, man.
It's
That's
not a very
what it
good
says
poem.
at all.
Mike gives himself an out. It's her that's bad at poetry.
You know, I'll say that. I've never been a poet. Never planned to be a poet.
Yep, she is a cat car,
Uh,
or at least she believes herself to be.
Cat car family.
Baji,
I pick up the poem.
she's disturbed, that's for sure.
Oh, I don't know about that. People do weird shit when they're alone.
Exactly, she's disturbed.
I'm not sure if she is a cat car, but she at least believes herself to be. A nameless woman, a girl who's met a prince. She labels herself a cat car.
I show
Would
him the
this not
poem.
mean that Baji is in danger?
It points towards it. If she's a cat car, then surely she must have some feud with my family. But that doesn't make sense. Why would my father commission the cat cars as spy masters?
You do know just they were exiled as a family. Their last name was sort of stricken from them, the records, after what he did. So it's a possibility. Well, I'll say no more.
It is a questionable. If she believes herself a cat car, if she finds your father more of a traitor than him, why be so dutiful? Why still try to figure out about the Eastsphere company and everything else? Why not focus her attention on dismantling your family, taking control?
Oh, the poem does say that she's trying to figure out who she is. She does not know who she is.
It also says she's trying to find the ones who killed her home. Doesn't mention my family at all.
That's what I was going to say. Regardless of whether she thinks Baji should rule, Cancun is still occupied. She thinks that should be the ruler, she still has to take it back.
She's dangerous, but that doesn't mean we stop trying to find her.
Of course not.
I'm gonna pick up the picture of all four of us as well.
They always draw my torso smaller than it is.
I like kind of flex up a little bit.
I'm gonna, you know, it must be said, we never found the contract for you, Baji, in the Star Elves' home. And moreover, it doesn't make. Who were we assuming sent that contract? Serobar? He was dead.
You think it was Advoca?
She was there. The Star Elves tried to kill you, and then she just appears in the common room.
You're right.
It's too
This-
coincidental.
Doesn't bode well. I'm gonna look at the sketches. Are the sketches? Is the sketch of us better than her poem?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, there've been a few scribblings here and there, but it's you think it was probably sketched out in 10 or 15 minutes. But it's not terrible.
I'm gonna continue on and check
Um,
the filing desk.
Does-
Okay.
Just a quick question. Oceansphere, what's it look like? According to her.
I will leave that ambiguous for now. It was her interpretation. So it's a magnificent sword. It's got a stone on the pommel, and she drew the blade, the broad blade in the shape of a wave. But that's her interpretation.
Okay. Yeah. Filing cabinet.
Okay, you check the filing cabinet. Vasilius, those who check it, make me an appraisal check.
Do
I don't think I'm any good at that.
I've never appraised anything ever.
I usually just tell you what a thing is, you know, it just makes it easier.
20 for me.
I got a 15.
Yeah, I
I love how Maul is looking over these files. I'll explain what the files are, but it's funny. They seem to be mostly record books and account books. And Maul
puts on his Deinonychus glasses. Oh, yes.
And he's like, yes, yes, and he doesn't do a bad job. But you, with the 20 Vasilius, you take the time and look over this. Africa seemed to be trying to follow the East Sphere Company's money to see where it led. Like they operate in Veneias. You know, they have the Donner in Veneias to some degree, and a lot of the time, whenever they do a purchase, the money is like funneled through like several houses. You see the name House Trinaor, and then written next to it in Advoca's hand is just, there is no House Trinaor. Fake house? Question mark. Ultimately, reading through all of the account books, you and Ma sort of come to the conclusion that a lot of their purchases go west, seemingly back to Naos. And Advoca, that's sort of where the trail ends for sort of each purchase. These purchases are funneled through like several shell companies and shell houses.
Can you remind me? I think at some point I was told by either Sander or someone, Alchemenius, is he in Starhaven or is he in Tidalis?
Your father?
Yeah.
He's in Starhaven.
He's in Starhaven, okay. Because I think I said last episode that I thought he was in Tidalis, but that was wrong.
But yeah, all the money seems to ultimately
go
west at one point. And she sort of has written down at the end that she would need to somehow get hold of the records from Naos to go any further with this. Yeah.
I look at Baji again. Scrivener's Chant is just kind of jotting important notes and stuff down. She was tracking the money. I look at the board and trying to find where all of this money comes from. It seems to point west and then through somewhat fake house. Can I almost like computationally just like reorganize the name, house, whatever?
Yeah.
And just like,
you
sort out
reorganize
different anagrams or whatever it could be.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going off your person check now.
I'm gonna look back at the conspiracy board. How many people are in Silhouette?
A fair amount. Who are you looking for in particular?
No one. I just wanted a number.
An ambiguous number of high up officials.
Okay.
What is this?
I'm not going to lie. A bunch of shady folk funneling riches through houses that don't exist, making up names, all while centered in Naos. Sounds a lot like the Argo Vela play.
I would tend to agree, and with Theo's seat in the Aurelian Dawn, and Sander making a rise in the Radiant Odyssey, the Vinewood Table with Chiral and Quinn, and whatever the hell is going on in Starhaven and Tidalis. Look, I don't want to label my family so self-important. I don't expect the entirety of the Oceansphere and Ocean's Fury and Cancon's rule to be hanging on the fringe of the Veilers, but it's certainly a possibility.
Okay. This... We won't be able to find out much from this because we don't have the individual that brought these clues together. But we're forgetting the main issue here. We need to find where Advika is. What do we know? We know that that an assailant came into the house looking for something, which I presume, and I'm going to turn to Ma, was the ruby. But they didn't find it. They didn't find this, judging by the fact that none of this has been turned upside down.
Well, if they knew that a ruby was the key to some secret door, I mean, couldn't they have busted it down, found another way in?
But we would have seen that, wouldn't we? Somewhere. Everything is untouched and harmed.
Ma, where did you find it? I'll follow.
I'm just gonna jump out the window and just point to the muddy patch.
Yeah. Do you guys follow?
Yeah. I'm gonna make a cursory glance back at the room. Is there anything of interest left?
You find the maps detailing an expedition to the Bay of Ghosts.
Okay. Yeah,
Ah.
I'll grab those.
She seemed to have hidden them.
I'll grab those. Do those is there anything interesting on them other than them being maps?
You just it seems to be the best pathway to get to the Bay of Ghosts, the fastest.
Yeah, I'll grab those. And yeah, as I leave, just gonna pull that lever to close the door and pull out the ruby.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you guys the door closes once more. You guys go into the mud patch where you found the ruby mod. What do you do?
I'm just
Can I roll another survival check to try to figure out where she went, or were we just assuming? Never mind. Can I roll survival?
What are you doing, Io?
I'm just gonna stoop down and examine this muddy patch.
Okay.
I'm gonna do so as well.
Okay, then all of you make me survival checks, all of those who are checking.
I'm gonna my Iron Stone's already on it, and then I'm just gonna guidance this.
It's a 3.
I got a 15 on the die. There we go, and that is plus survival. Oh, plus 15, so 30. All right, yeah.
Okay. With a 30 maw, you still can't get a good scent on where she went. But that's, I mean, it's probably been hours and hours. But purely examining the tracks, you notice some things. You had earlier sort of ignored it in the darkness and then sort of been fascinated by the ruby. But the freshest tracks, the tracks that seem to have been left this morning, they go for a few steps outside the door. And then you see several other tracks coming from sort of hidden places, like behind crates and stuff. They seem to intermingle with those tracks, and then just her tracks get dragged away. It seems there was a struggle.
Ma's gonna go up to the door, point at the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk out, and then
Do you not have
and then-
speak prepped or something?
no, and I'm never gonna take it because this is why. And then because I have to play this out now and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Ma's gonna be like, "Wah," and then start dragging his claws across the ground.
This became a child.
And then Ma's gonna.
I have no idea what he's trying to say.
You can make a bluff check to. The rest of you make me sense motive checks.
17.
26.
Got a 2 from Ilo.
2 from Ilo. Ilo, you got 26, Baji?
Yeah.
26. You seem to get it. Especially the dragging. You're like, then you look to where the tracks are on the ground, and you go, you seem to get there was a struggle and she was dragged away.
Okay. Well, can I follow in the direction the tracks lead?
They lead to the end of the alleyway where it becomes cobblestone.
Fuck. Mark, can you find a scent?
Artie's right earlier. He can't find the scent.
Okay, I'm gonna look around this cobblestone passageway.
It leads onto the city streets where there are innumerable
Footprints.
yeah, you can't detect anything from there.
Where to now? Mark, can you scry? Or use your dream candle? It is night.
Ma's gonna turn back into his half-orc form. Ma could try the dream candle. That is a good idea, Bachi. So, and Ma's gonna sit down, light the candle,
Okay.
and everybody be quiet, please.
Perhaps we should retreat indoors, Ma.
Hush, hush.
Yeah, are you sitting on the city street while you do this?
In the alleyway. What? It's like midnight, right?
I mean, still, it would be easier to protect you while you're in a dream while we're inside.
Ooh. You you use the dream candle. And she again, that 18 here will save. You use the dream candle. And you feel you sort of enter the trance. So you're sort of drifting through the sea of dreams almost to an extent. And you find Advoca's dream. You knew her. You've met her before. And you attempt to enter it. And you feel a tremendous amount of fear coming from it. She, in her dream, she seems to just lash out at you as you attempt to enter, just trying to beat you back. And she succeeds. You think,
I was gonna.
yeah, out of sheer panic, she's driven you away.
I said, oh, well, Ma knows she is in trouble. Ma could not access her dream.
Any chance you could try again?
Ma could, yes. Ma, can I try? Is that okay? Is she gonna roll
Yeah, I
on
mean,
that
you'll
will
use up.
save?
No, yeah, I'll roll another will save.
Okay.
You can, you'll use up
All
another
right.
use of your dream candle.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll try again.
How many of those
Well,
do you
we'll
have
try.
left? You've had this like the whole
I have
time.
2 uses now.
Okay.
I haven't used like that. I think it had like 8 uses or 10 uses.
I
or
still have
something.
so many Sears tea, but it's like it's such
Okay.
a time thing. It's like 30 minutes before something happens. I have to do it. It's like,
Yeah.
We can definitely buy you some more dream candles too.
Yeah, I think there was a shop that had one, probably. But,
Maud, this time, you're able to almost going through the sea of dreams, project yourself in such a way that you come across as something familiar to her.
I just see this as like almost like Blitzball, where I'm going through like this dark water, and then like I see like a light up ahead, and then get close, and it's like another like kind of like ball
What
of
is
water
Blitzball?
inside.
Yeah,
It's from
that's-
Final
yeah.
Fantasy X.
Yeah, I imagine
And
there's
then
a,
kinda
as a
like-
yeah.
Dive like kind of like right into their dream.
Yeah, I imagine you're like floating through empty space, and like each of their dreams is like a giant sphere of like light,
yeah,
and like that's sort
Yeah.
like world traveling in Kingdom Hearts,
yeah,
except
just
more
something
like fluid and lucid.
Well,
that's going in the final cut.
All right. Had myself a little bit of wine.
A more surf, a little bit of wine.
Mom's like not understanding Blind Manor at all. She's like, I'm gonna need you guys to interpret this for me. It's like, all right.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, it was okay.
Don't say anything. Don't
You
say
watched it all already?
Oh yeah, me and Liz like binged it the weekend it came out. It was only 9 episodes,
anything.
so we watched
I
like
really
I think
liked
4.
Haunting.
Yeah, Haunting of Hill House was a lot better in my opinion.
That's what my friend said. Like he watched
Yeah.
like 4 episodes the first time it came out. He was like, it's good, but it's not like Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah. Oh yeah, check this out. I got a White Lotus
Oh, dude, is that
Ooh.
weed, bro?
because
I like that.
I like that Uncle Iroh vibe.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, it seems like a lot of Bly Manor is like this American just like not having control of these kids at all. I'm just like watching it, and it's like half the episodes she's just running around saying, "Miles, what are you doing? Laura, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "What?"
But there's like, you'll see, like that's like there's reasons why they're doing things.
Yeah, like I think I've largely. I'm on episode. I think I've just finished episode 5. So
I think
don't-
episode 5. Oh, you just finished episode 5.
Yeah.
I think that's like, or maybe 6 is like, yeah, like one of the big reveals, and then like you're like,
I'll say, the black girl, being in the situation she's in,
Yeah.
the close cropped hair black girl.
yeah, the shaved head essentially.
Yeah, shaved head black girl. I was like, in the first episode, I was like, oh, I know what she is. And I was like, I didn't even need the episode reveal, and I was like, yeah, she's that. Obviously, she's that. And
Oh,
that's-
how you meet her is, pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah, that was pretty cool. I really liked
Yeah.
that.
That's
I'll-
like, and that's what the whole, it's like that interconnected. It's fun
Yeah.
how the Hill House or the Hill Manor or Hill House and Black Manor do
Hill
that.
House was so good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hill
yeah,
House
I'll
was
say,
better,
yeah,
but-
like Mike Flanagan's just like, because he did Gerald's Game, which is the one where the girls
I didn't watch that. It
like
just seemed
manacled
like
to the bed.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
It's good.
It was good. It was fucked up,
'Cause-
but
yeah,
it
'cause
was
the
good.
plot is she's trying to like satisfy her husband sexually, and she
Yeah.
like manacles herself to the bed for this. And then they're at their isolated lake house. Like,
And he just leaves her there.
no, he has a heart attack and dies.
Oh.
Right next to her
Yeah,
as they're
and
about
she's
to have
like-
sex.
And the key is like in another room. And
'Cause he's
she's just
like-
I
It's
thought it was
like-
like a torture
he
BDSM
takes-
thing.
He
Oh.
takes like a Viagra, and
Yeah,
his like
yeah.
heart's not like
yeah,
Damn. That
like good
sucks.
enough, and he like
So what does
fucking
she do?
dies.
that's the question.
Yeah.
That's
like, that
and
is-
that's the first like
the
15
movie.
minutes, 10 minutes, and then the rest of the movie
That was
is.
just a really cool because like I love those simple concept horror ideas, and,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
Stephen King too. So it's just like,
Interesting. All right.
Ahani, you good?
I am. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good, man.
Awesome.
Where were we? Oh yeah, Ma, you this dream parts before you, and she while she was initially panicked, she allows you entry. You step onto the shores of a sort of jungle like island. She's laying back in the sand, sort of just staring up at the sky. You hear just seagulls screeching in the air. She seemed to panic before, but she seems to have gained control of her dreams. And she sits up, Advika, and looks at you and says, "Oh, you are a sight for sore eyes.
Hello. Ma would like to know where you are right now.
I would like to know that myself." The image just shifts and changes, and she's in a prison cell, in a dungeon. She's just no windows, like wrought iron bars, very thin. She can like almost barely move in this prison cell. I don't know. They came for me. I was leaving my apartments in the morning, and I saw them coming. I managed to slip out the eye of a Natashesha and throw it in the mud, so they wouldn't access the secret room. But they took me.
Do you know any of their names? Whoever
No.
took you.
They were wearing masks. I can only assume they were members of the Dawn
Hmm.
or cutthroats hired by them.
Okay. Well, this is good. This is good to know. What is the last thing you remember? The last place that you were?
They put a bag over my head, hit me a few times, and then threw me into the back of a wagon. It is all fated from there. I don't know where I am.
Okay. Well, Ma is going to come and find you.
That is so fucking cool. Ma's just like, yeah, but I'll rescue you. Yeah.
So you think it was the Dawn?
I think it must be. I don't know why they chose now to strike. But did you find my apartments? They began searching through it, a few of them. There is
Yes.
a secret room.
Yes, we found the secret. Well, Ma found the secret room. Ma found your little ruby eye.
Oh.
It was in the mud outside.
Good. Please, they have just kept me constrained for the day, but I fear this is the fate that befell my mother. She looked too closely at things the Dawn doesn't want you looking at.
Well, Ma will bring his friends, and we will go and talk to the Dawn. We will find out where you are.
Thank you.
And then you'll have to talk to Baji about you being Katgar.
Oh, you know about that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Usually I don't allow anybody into that room. It's rather embarrassing.
This is okay. We will flesh this out in the flesh.
That's a way of phrasing that, I suppose. She walks over and hugs you. Just says, "Please come soon."
Okay. Can I can't like figure out any other like couldn't like leave the room to figure out where she is or anything.
No,
Not
it seems
really, I
it's
guess
mostly
not,
just a
yeah.
projection, yeah.
Oh, okay. And
But
then
she sees.
Ma's gonna awkwardly hug her and then just click his fingers and wake up.
Okay.
Ma did get in that time. She
Good.
believes she was taken by the Dawn.
The Dawn in the city. Okay, in that case,
She's currently in a cell.
A
in that
dungeon.
case, the sons of Veneias might know where she might be then.
Yes, maybe we should go talk to someone.
Um, consulting the notes that I took from her, was there any wiring of money through Alabaster at all?
Um,
Any funding?
Here and there. Generally, a lot of the Shinayori deal with the East
Yeah,
Company.
that's what I figured. I just wanted to. But any like big sums or anything? We
Um,
know that
y-
they're the big sell.
Here and there, all of the Shinayori have fair sums, because I mean, fundamentally they're merchant houses,
Yeah.
You say it. Do you bring that up out loud, Cilio?
Yeah, I'm about to.
If it's at all possible, with the different money trails that she has been finding with the Eastsphere Company, and with our knowledge of Alabaster controlling a large amount of the dungeons and cells through inns, it seems, in the city, it's very possible that Alabaster and the Dawn are working together on this. Huge speculation, conjecture, but
It is a bit of a leap.
But it's not a
We
bad-
should keep our eyes and ears open for any connections between Alabaster and the Dawn, if they have her. But for now, I think our best bet might be Simon and the Sons of Veneias.
Does the Dawn have a base in this city?
Yes, they do.
Oh, maybe we should go and visit that base.
Well,
If
I'm
you-
always looking for a good excuse to put down members of the Aurelian Dawn.
I'm gonna look at Baji and say, and just this once, I'm with you.
All right.
We could just knock.
are we getting ahead of ourselves? Are we sure it's wise to jump into this sort of accusation tonight?
Yes,
They've
I
gotten
think it is.
It is a good time to strike. It's not. I would not like to strike the dawn at dawn.
No, that's probably accurate. But are we going in loud or are we going in quiet?
This seems outrageous. We just came from a warring infiltration of Shiniori. We've spent one day and we're already going to waltz into the front door of one of the biggest trading and warring companies in the world.
No one would be expecting it.
So sure we want to make.
What do you propose, Cilios?
Not to sound like a bard playing the same song over and over again, but maybe we should sleep on it. It's been a long day. We just got out of a fight.
Just
I know we're on a timer, and
one is sort of what we do.
Ma believes the city does not sleep.
Neither do we. We're tide hunters, Vasilius. We've
I'll say,
rested up.
it is 1 a.m. at this point. But yeah, do
What
what you
better
do.
time to hit them?
Ma is all spells ready, and
look, we have certain paths we can go down here. We can sleep on this. We can go meet Sangariel. We can see about infiltrating Diadel's Manor, finding Cairo, but
And
invading the Aurelian Dawn on a whim.
And all that time, that girl is sitting in a cell, being interrogated by one of the most ruthless trade companies on the planet.
I'm
A girl that might have wanted to get our captain killed.
just gonna
Might have ordered it herself.
I'm just gonna look at my sword and my pistol, which I have just drawn out subconsciously. Okay. Hold on. Vasilios has a point. I am committed to rescuing Advika, but we do have to think smartly about this. We can't waltz into the Aurelian Dawn's base without a plan. It could be bad for all of us, and it could be bad for me if they find out who I am and that I'm in the city.
or we could just use the hat of disguise.
That's with
Not
Griff.
to mention our other speculation of whether or not the Veilers have a stranglehold on this sort of company.
Let's speak to Simon. The Sons of Veneias operate at these hours. And, well, if anyone has information about the Dawn, they do. Even if they don't know where Advika is, they will at least be able to provide us perhaps a blueprint of the headquarters. They did, after all, stage a break-in and a robbery.
On their bank. I agree. I think we might be being too hasty. Adrenaline's still pumping from this morning.
All right. That's a good point. They did break in. Let's go see the Sons of Veneias, but I'm not prepared to wait much longer.
And neither am I. Trust me.
Ma believes that the girl is very scared. She believes that this is the way her mother was killed.
We won't.
Again, Ma, she might be invaluable to things to figure out, but we could also be basing this on the fact that she tried to have Baji killed.
No, Ma does not believe she is faking this. She is in need of assistance, and we can also figure out more information from her when we rescue her.
We're not going to let her die.
Regardless of whether she tried to have Baji killed, no one sits in a cell.
I don't know if I can say that.
No one sits in a cell waiting to be tortured. No one.
Let us go talk to Simon.
Yes.
Where do you guys go? The Grapevine?
Yeah, the theater, you mean, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You go to the you head to the Grapevine Theater. There are no plays going on at this hour. It's too late. The playhouse is mostly closed up, and the door is locked. But there are a few orange lights shining in some of the windows.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. The sort of window opens, sort of slidey window, and a masked face comes out and says, "Who's there?"
It is Martique!
And Clan Valiant.
And his
You guys, you've had a long day. You just hear the window just closes, and the door just unlocks and opens up, and you see a son of Veneias standing there.
How's it going?
Good. I thought you guys would take the day off after what you did, but you're up fairly late.
No, we don't take many days off, unfortunately. Where's Simon?
Simon's not here. He's at his manor, I would say. He's had a long day. He was wounded a few times in that battle. He's taking it easy.
Right. We need to speak with him urgently.
Well, if you want, I could, I suppose, go fetch him, but...
Hold on.
Well, what's this about?
Who planned the raid on the Aurelian Dawn?
That was mostly Simon.
Then we need to speak to him.
Now. What's this about?
They've got someone.
Oh, are you planning a rescue?
Yes.
Of the Dawn's headquarters?
Yes. I'm gonna sense a motive on this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't want to infiltrate one of the biggest warring mercenary groups.
Yeah. Right, but he's putting all this together really fast. 20.
20, he seems very tired and maybe a little bit drunk. You recall fighting alongside him earlier today. Or earlier yesterday. But you don't see any duplicity in this. The thing is, fellas, I'm not saying it's impossible, but after the Dawn heist, the Dawn has been amping up not only the recruitment, but their guards. They've got probably at least 300 men in that building, and all of the entrances and exits are closely watched by about a dozen guardsmen.
Ma could just burrow in.
What we call that?
That being said, yeah, you guys are capable of a hell of a lot of things.
Doesn't matter. More guardsmen, more Dawnsmen to kill is good news for me.
Oh, I'll say, you managed to defeat Black Scars, but you don't fight the Dawn up front for very long. You guys, you're impressive. Don't get me wrong, you're impressive. but they will send men to kill your entire crew. If you wage war with them, they're not going to stop. Can you fight 300 men and kill 300 men?
Yes, Ma believes we might be in over our heads.
I don't know. That
The
sounds.
Dawn does not fuck around. They'll kill you. They'll kill your families.
Well, good
They
thing
already have.
Well, Ma believes that maybe we could. Do we still have the Hat of Disguise?
It's with one of our friends.
So I suggest if you're going to get in there, go the stealth route. Don't make open enemies of the Dawn during this War of the Gentle Blade.
Fine.
Because we could figure out where the cells are, where the cells are, and then Ma could burrow in, and we could just take her out.
Let's talk to Simon first.
Okay.
Ma has a point, though. That's a good idea. We don't have to fight them to get her out. We can
Alright.
go around them.
So what?
What's the-
We're forcing Simon out of his hold after this long battle today to infiltrate the Dawn.
We have questions for him. That's simply it. Would you prefer? I'm going to turn to the son of Veneias. Would you prefer we go to his manor, or would you prefer he come here?
I could go wake him up. Honestly, guys, I think it's late, and he got pretty badly cut. You should probably give it to morning at least.
This we will do.
I agree.
Ma's
look at
gonna
Baji and Ilo.
bow. Ma's gonna bow, and Ma will see you back at the ship, and just take off. And then I'm gonna turn into a falcon, and I'm actually just gonna kind of stay in the skies and watch the party get back.
I look at Baji and Ilo.
Now, of all things for you two to agree on today, can we agree that maybe we should go back to the ship?
I'm going to look at Ilo.
Has this son of Veneias closed the door on us?
No, he's still standing there, but he's sort of
Right.
shifty, looking left and right, making sure nobody's coming down the street.
I'm gonna very, very slowly and controlledly close the door.
It's awkward as he realizes what you're doing, and just sort of, and then you just slowly close it.
And then I'm going to take one very controlled step to the side, and then I'm going to punch the fucking wall.
Okay.
And just okay. We go back to the ship, and we sleep on it. Okay.
Really? This is where you decide to step back.
Baji, if you want to try me on this, I will go assault. That holding myself.
I'm not asking you to assault a holding. We're going to go talk to Simon. I'm going to go talk to Simon, and I'm going to go walk towards the Vino Manor.
Okay.
I'm going to open the door. Come on, let's go.
Are you taking the sun with you?
Yeah.
Make me a diplomacy check.
26.
Oh yeah. With the 26, he seems very reluctant to go. You realize he's got a bottle of wine hidden behind him, and he sort of looks back at it, looks forward at you, looks back at it. Fine. And he quickly just grabs his rapier, just ties it to his belt, ties his sword to his belt, and follows you out.
Yeah, and then we're headed towards the Vino Manor.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
I'm
going
gonna-
back to the ship.
Ma's in the sky, overwatching the party, seeing what they're doing. I just said I was going back to the ship, but I'm not.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
tired.
Vasilios heads back towards the ship. Isla, what do you do?
I'm gonna look to the departing Vasilios, and then at Baji and the son of Veneias, and I will just follow Baji.
Okay. We'll do Vasilios first. Vasilios, you walk, the however many minutes back to the ship. And board, you see one or two of the windrunners still holding guard. The goblins seem to have largely gone to bed, as well as Roderick. Again, it's late. You get there probably 1:30 a.m. But you you get back to your. Do you go to your room and sleep?
I think I'm gonna. Is Lewison still awake?
No, he's gone to bed.
Is Roderick still awake?
No, he's gone to bed.
I think I'm just gonna have a glass of wine in one of the eating areas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You begin to have your glass of wine.
And then I'll go to sleep after that. I'm not much to do tonight.
Okay. You walk into your room and see Quinn in there waiting for
God
you.
damn it.
Oh, fuck a chicken.
Well,
He's idly just sort of tinkering with a few of your items.
I am.
Oh, brother, you really took a while to get back tonight. He's idly just sort of tinkering with a few of your mechanical contraptions.
I'm gonna start to take off my gloves and put them in my pocket.
Is there something that you want?
I can't call upon you. You are my brother.
Quinn, I'm really not in the mood.
Why? What happened?
It's been a long day. I'm sure you've heard.
I've heard. You guys have been up to no good. Killing Griff Serobar?
There are some things that need to be done. I'm sure you of all people understand that.
I don't know what came about. What happened to you? You were always the sweet one. Mom always loved you for that. He's just not even really paying attention to you. He's just like looking around about the room. Do you know how long I've been waiting here?
How long?
Oh God, I've lost track. I was gonna do this thing where I was gonna bewitch one of your goblins and tell him somebody was waiting for you in your room. But you didn't come ever. You never arrived at the ship. That goblin was forced to just sit there on the side of the ship waiting for you for hours before I made him go to bed. It's crazy, interesting. Well, I suppose I've come here to warn you to get out of the city. Like, get out, like tonight, if you can. Rest of your friends, tell them to get out too. This is your last chance. You got that?
You're doing? Is there something going to happen?
I think it's just a fair warning, Thing is, Vasilios, I've won. I won the game. The game's done. I won the chess game. Me and Cairo did the whole massacre at the Mask. That was us.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah. Cairo, he came here a few years ago. He's been working for House Tremalk here. I, over the course of the past few weeks, have been taking a few Tremalkier men here and there, messing with their memories, making it seem like old Leoshin has been telling them to attack the Mask. And then Cairo put the whole thing together. We trust me, it's worked out really well. You see, in one fell stroke, Tremalkier's gone. He was my fiance's biggest rival. Fucking gone. Got rid of him. He's gone. He was actually like the biggest player in this game altogether. He was the most dangerous one. I'm sure several of the other Shiniori are really thanking me for that. So he's out of commission. I guess Griff Serobar's out of commission too. Nice one. Besides that, well, shit, man, I've won. Why are you still here? Run away while you still can. Well, you got what? Silviana Lunarian? You got Desdemira Alabassador, Ricardius Vino. You think they're gonna take the chair of the Vinewood table? You think Vicentius Sangarial is?
Quinn, I think you're underestimating how big this all is. You think the only reason I'm in Veneias is to take some stranglehold on the Vinewood table? Establish power? Is that what you think I do with my life?
What else would you do?
Haven't you ever thought that you can just live, Quinn, without the Vela name, without power, with just the ocean at your front and back? Adventure on the horizon.
What do you mean? The ocean that fucking kills people regularly? You mean getting down and dirty with the bilge rats? Come on, kid. I have established control of one of the most powerful cities in the world, a shining diamond of civility, of pure culture. And I'm at its top. And you're what? You're sailing with a bunch of flea-infested killers and exiles, and you're saying you have the right of things?
I'm saying that maybe there is no right of things. Maybe there's just life. You fancy yourself some some sitting throne, some king in this city of snakes? Congratulations, you're the biggest of the cobras. Maybe there are other animals out there, Quinn.
That sounds like the words of a loser to me. I'm sorry to say that's like, it sounds like a rationalization. That's what it sounds like. Because I won. Huh? I won.
What is this, Quinn? Are you trying to anger me? Are you trying to piss me off?
No. But Mom always said you would be the one, didn't she? You and Sander, she loved you so much. She never even had time for me. She fucking hated me. She looked in my eyes and she was afraid of me. Huh? Well, I gave her reason to be afraid. Didn't I?
Quinn, you know I have no memory of her. Whatever problems you hold with our mother, our family, I am truly sorry, but what? Rationalizing these mother issues by abusing people's memories, taking whatever they have left away from them? Where is Kenishai? Where is Fionora?
My fiance? Oh, she's probably expecting me back any time now.
And what have you done to her?
You know, I played with her mind a bit. I sort of fucked things up there pretty badly. I'm gonna be real.
With that, I'm just gonna grab him by the neck.
Okay, yeah. You shove him up against a wall. Whoa! There's a bit of that fire.
As I said, Quinn, I am not in the mood. Is there something specific that you want? Or was this, what, a courtesy check?
There was something specific. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a locket. Sanders said he wanted you to have this.
I take it with my other hand.
Do you let him go?
No.
Okay.
I look at him.
You're gonna love this. He said it belonged to Mom. He said it was something to remember her by. He bursts out laughing.
I'm gonna cast hydrophobia.
Okay.
And just kind of just stare into his eyes. Do you want me to look that up for you?
Yeah, look it up. No. If one of you guys can look up hydrophobia, the spell.
Yeah, I got you. The number of times I have written Path Fitner is honestly shameful. Targets in the area must succeed at a will save or become deathly afraid of drowning. If the target is swimming or otherwise submerged in water, it must spend all of its efforts attempting to escape from the water. As long as an affected target remains in water, it takes 1d6 points of non-lethal damage each round as it thrashes about and swallows water. Even out of water, targets cannot imbibe potions or willingly interact with any fluids for the duration of the spell.
Dude, oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is just my intimidation spell, basically. And I'm gonna. Can I roll an intimidate with
That's
that?
really good.
He has to beat a will save of what?
18.
Oof.
Actually, yes, 18. Ooh, and that's a nat 20 on my intimidation.
Okay.
Plus what? 28. That's 28 total.
Nice.
Yeah. He does make the will save.
All right, fuck.
But you cast this spell. Immediately his eyes just become hard and he just shoves you back. You get your spell off. He looks up. You see his eyes sort of searching as he realizes you've just cast a spell on him. And then he just locks eyes with you, and you just feel the spell fizzle. He just smirks to himself, and he begins casting Dimension Door. You see just a gateway open behind him. Sorry, brother. As I said, fiance is calling. You see several noblewomen on the other side of the gateway, all stand up and say, "Lord Diadal, come play the lyre for us." And he just goes, "I gotta go."
Can I cast another spell?
This happens over the course of this is his turn, basically. He steps back into this gateway. He locks eyes with you and just says, "Something to remember her by," and the gateway just closes.
I'm just gonna grab one of my Tinker toys and just throw it against the wall.
Ah! Son of a bitch.
And I'm just gonna go out and sit on the deck.
Okay. Yeah, you're still just clutching this locket in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you, you head to Ricardius Vino's Manor, in the Vine Towers district. And you get there, and you see several Vino guardsmen standing out front. Do you walk up to the front gates? How are you doing this?
Good. I'm gonna turn to the son of Veneias. How do you normally do this?
We normally don't come to Simon's Manor when we're trying to discuss something with them. He comes to us.
How are you planning on getting him?
This was your idea.
Okay, fine. I guess you don't want to be seen by the Vino guards, lest they find out what Simon gets up to at night.
I imagine they suspect, but yeah, that'd be best. If plausible deniability.
Okay, bolt.
What'd you say?
Bolt.
You tell him to run?
I'll stay nearby in case we don't get him.
He sidles up into a nearby alleyway and just begins watching from the shadows.
Okay. Just gonna walk up to the guards. Good evening, gentlemen.
They put their hands on their rapiers. Excuse me, we are not allowing any visitors.
No, but Simon Vino is, and I would like to see him.
We were given orders not to allow anyone through the gates.
Well, then
I'm
don't.
gonna just take a step across Baji and say, "Look, Simon is going to want to see us, and if you don't let us through, there will be consequences that will come from Simon and not myself. But let me be clear that you want to let us through this gate. So there will be consequences."
Make me an intimidate check.
Might I support that?
There it is, 27.
Okay.
I don't even need to.
Oh yeah, with a 27, the guard seems somewhat taken aback at this. He looks at the other one across the gateway. Rouse the men. Fill the courtyard. I'll see what this is about. And he turns and strides back in. You see this other guardsman. He runs to a nearby guardhouse and begins rousing a bunch of guards. But the guardsman you talk to strides into the manor of House Vino. Minutes later, just dozens of guardsmen stride out into the courtyard, and just hands on swords, some of them half dressed and half armored, just watching you. But some 10 minutes later, this guard comes out with Simon Vino in tow, and he orders all the men down. He sidles up to the wrought iron gate. Gentlemen, I've had a long day. If we can make this quick.
We need to talk. It's an emergency.
Okay, well, if you say it like that, I suppose this is underworld business.
Somewhat.
Okay. He opens the wrought iron gate. I'll be back. One of the guardsmen just tosses him a diashar of a rapier and dagger, and he just catches it and buckles it to his belt. All right. He follows you.
Okay. Shall we go to the grapevine then?
Too far. Let's just find anywhere that's private.
Okay, an alleyway will suffice. And yeah, I guess I'll lead him to the alleyway with
Okay.
with the other son of Veneias.
Okay, yeah. He sees the other son, and he just says, "Crane, what are you doing here?" Nah, it doesn't matter. So what's this about? What's the emergency?
We believe one of our friends has been taken by the Aurelian Dawn.
The Dawn? Who was it? Why would they be taken by the Dawn?
Because they were investigating the Dawn, trying to find leads. A friend of ours, Advika, the librarian.
Yeah, the bookstore owner. Yeah. Well, she's been taken by the Dawn. When was she taken?
Sorry, what did you say? When was she taken?
Yeah.
Believe sometime while we were in the Battle of House Serobar.
Okay. Well, what do you want from me?
Well, considering that you planned and executed successfully a robbery of the Eastsphere Company banks, what can you tell us about the headquarters, where they might be keeping someone?
The Dawn? For the most part, for the past few weeks, they've been quiet. Strangely quiet. But that's changed. Ever since the Dawn heist, they've been recruiting in greater numbers. They've been amplifying their men in the building. You're going to have a lot of, maybe hundreds of guys in the HQ. Their dungeons, however, they generally face the canal. You can actually sort of reach up from a gondola and just touch the top of the windows.
That's good.
So, well, you guys have magic on your side, right?
Yeah, we do.
Well, one of you might be able to just head up to the side of the HQ, blow open the side of the cells, and rescue anyone who's being held there. That's assuming, however, that they are being held in the cells. You see, the Dawn is a legal mercenary company. They aren't specifically allowed by the guard of the city to arrest innocent people off the streets.
So where would they be being held?
I don't know. You have an extremely powerful, let's be honest, the Eastsphere Company half owns this city. Every one of the Shinayori, lesser and greater houses, does business with them. They are business. They're business. A lot of people have a vested interest in doing exactly what the company wants them to do. They could be anywhere.
Who runs the Aurelian Dawn in Veneias?
He tells you a commander's name.
And would they be privy to all such information?
Who knows? They might be.
How might we find out
And they
who's
would-
being held in the dungeons?
Best bet would be to bribe a member of the Dawn, find out their records. Since you guys have magic, since you have, he points to Maw. Maw, you're there, right?
I'm flying above them.
Okay, then he doesn't point to Maw. You guys have a druid. Why not just make him turn into a mouse and run into the dungeons and see who's there?
That could work.
Did you really have to wake me up for me to tell you that? That's obvious.
We needed to know what they might be.
We didn't want to frontal assault the headquarters.
That was definitely a good idea. You don't want to make an enemy of the Eastsphere Company any more than you already do, that is.
All right. All right then, Ma. How many more changes do you have in you?
Maw is still flying up in the air.
Can I assume that I heard all of this?
Oh yeah, if you're flying close enough, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm kind of like out of sight, but like close enough so I can like watch everything. So I'm gonna, fly down just like right next to him and just clatter to the ground and just turn back into my half-orc form.
Oh, there he is, Simon says.
Ma was following you, just making sure you're okay.
Well,
But Maw can turn into a mouse. This is a good idea. Let's try this out.
okay. So you turn into a mouse. We reconnoiter the headquarters, and we make a plan come morning.
All right. Maw is actually, I think I can turn into a bat, which is a diminutive animal. Yeah. So Maw will turn into a bat and go over towards the canal, and have just Maw will have you follow and wait outside the canal,
Okay.
on the canal. Okay. Are you willing to do this? Are we ready? And then we'll go home. Maybe we'll break her out tonight.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys head to the you sort of know where it is. You're sort of aware what part of town it's at. But you head to the headquarters of the Dawn. There's a bunch of gondolas you can hire to take you. There are still gondoliers about now that it's even though it's nearing like 2:30 a.m.
We're gonna have to pay off this gondola, dude.
Pay him off for what? We can just swim, can't we?
Well, this is
Veneias
true.
can.
Well, Ma will be back. Ma is going to have. How about we come up with chirps so Ma can alert you of things?
Okay. One chirp for everything is fine. 2 chirps for everything is not fine. 3 chirps for please come get me.
How about 4 chirps for I found her?
Yeah, that's good.
5 chirps that I'm bringing her out.
And then 6 chirps for you help me bring her out.
Okay. Ma's ready. And I'm gonna jump and turn into a bat.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You turn into a bat.
say, what was 3 chirps?
3 chirps is please come get me.
And I'm gonna fly into the cells in the
Yeah.
canal.
Okay. You fly like a tenth of a mile down the canals a bit, and then get to the canal facing side of their headquarters. And you just see several bars, several barred windows. You fly into one of the bars, into one of the cells. You just see a man there.
Oh, can I do a stealth check? Sorry. Okay. I am going to. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna hit myself with first off an aspect of the bat. I think it is. It gives me, or an aspect of the owl, which is gonna give me more stealth. And I am also going to hit myself at the same time because now I can do this. Is with an. Let's just go with an aspect of the mouse, so I get evasion.
Okay. Okay. You do all that.
Okay, and then I'll
Making that stealth check.
roll my then I'll roll my stealth check. Sorry. All right, I believe my stealth is going to be 15 plus 6. Stealth, a 14 plus 6, so 20 plus 3, 23. I'm glad I did that.
Okay. Yeah, you okay with the 23, you try to be silent about it. You fly in through one of the cells, and again this man just and goes back to bed. You come out into a barred hallway, just sort of flapping your wings. There seem to be about a dozen cells just going up and down. There's a guardsman. There's a guardsman at the far end, just sort of idly leaning back, dressed in the sunburst of the dawn. What do you? He doesn't seem to be paying too much attention. He's just got a small candle in front of him, and he's just a bottle of ale.
Okay, I'm gonna not bull strength. I'm going to bark skin myself.
Okay.
In like a cell, so he doesn't see that. And I'm going to look through all the cells.
Yeah. Okay. You look through one by one. There's about 8 of them that are occupied. They're occupied by various, you think probably most likely undesirables. They're a mercenary company, the Dawn. Sometimes they're hired to, find criminals, find pirates, that sort of thing. They're basically the dogs of the East Sphere Company. Perhaps there's a few bounties on these guys' heads. But you look through each of the cells, and Advoca is not in any of them. In
Okay.
fact, these cells don't even look. There were no windows in Advoca's cell. These cells don't even look to be the same cells.
Okay. Can I go through the door under the door and try to search this place?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go under the door and does Bat have scent? Oh, you know what? It probably does, I'd imagine.
I don't think bats have noses, so
Yeah, I don't think bats have noses either. I think that's a myth.
They totally have noses.
all right.
I don't know about
pretty
that.
sure that's how that works. I don't think bats have noses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
No, I
no
don't. I
city.
don't have scent.
And QAnon isn't real. Sure, Baji.
And okay, so I am going to activate aspect of the wolf and aspect of the owl again. So because I can activate two, so
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. So now I have the scent ability.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sniff her out. I
Yeah.
get, the range increases to 20 feet at 8th level. So I've got 20 feet of scent. So do I smell anything of her that I can track down? Can I make a survival check as well?
Yeah, make a survival check.
Okay.
You had sort of gotten whiffs of her inside her apartments.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just roll survival. Oof. God damn it. I got a nat 1 for my survival plus 12, so I got a 13.
Yeah.
No
no, you
bueno.
don't think so. You sniff around a bunch in these cells. You don't get her scent at all.
Okay. So I'm gonna go through the door.
Okay.
Under the door.
Yeah, you sort of struggle through it. You see, as you're sort of just getting under the door, you see the guard just sort of lean forward on his chair and go, "What's that?" And then you just get under it and fly up the stairs. You're in a narrow staircase. There's sort of orange light spilling from another doorway under the cracks of another doorway at the top of these stairs, which apparently leads into the headquarters proper.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go. Can I try to go down more, or was that the lowest?
That would seem to be the lowest. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up through this, I guess, proper, to this door.
I'll say this. You put your
Poke my head under.
Yeah, you poke your head under the door, and you can just see dozens of feet shuffling around. It looks like you're about to come into a barracks, just guardsmen everywhere.
Okay, so I'm going to back out, go down, and go back into the cells.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the hallway with the cells lining it. Yeah.
Yeah, and let me just look up something real quick. No. Ma's just going to leave then and fly out.
Okay.
And fly back.
Yeah, you see the guardsman and he grabs a broom and just starts trying to bat at you as a bat fly away. But he doesn't manage to hit you. And you fly out through one of the cell windows again, waking up another guy who just goes and you just fly out.
Okay. I'm gonna fly back to them and transform back. And
Okay.
Ma could not find her. She was not in the cells, and Ma also could not smell her. Ma tried to go up to the common floor, and it looked like there was way too many people, so Ma backed out. So I apologize.
She's being held somewhere else then.
Where might she be?
One of the alabaster prisons, maybe?
Something. What else is connected with the dawn?
It could also be as simple as a black site. Somewhere that they've got.
We tomorrow morning, we should interrogate one of the dons. Wait, we have a donsman. We have Lewison with us. Why don't we just ask him? And if that doesn't work, we'll interrogate a donsman tomorrow.
All right.
Not a bad idea.
Maw's up to this.
All right, let's go.
All right, you guys head back to the ship then.
Yes.
Okay. You head back to the ship. Vasilius, you still awake?
Yes, I was gonna. I'm gonna go down, talk to Lejax.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just hang out with him, some comfort.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting with him, and as I'm like petting Lejax on the head, I am gonna dip my left hand in the water, and I am going to almost inadvertently cast Mud Buddy.
Okay.
And as this happens, almost like a flubber like stickiness sticks to my hand.
Okay.
What is this? I'm gonna keep like trying to get this water off my hand and just like sticks to the ground, to the dock in front of me. And this little Mud Buddy pops up. May I help you? It's almost like a little water elemental.
He sort of chirps at you, just like.
Now, what are you?
I'm gonna stick out my finger for him to shake.
Okay. He sort of grabs your finger and just like puts his mouth on it, and just
Like a baby.
like a baby sucking on a finger. Yeah.
I think I'll call you Norville. Nice to meet you, Norville.
He takes a step back and just shakes your hand.
Norville, what do you make of this?
And I'm gonna pull out the necklace and kind of hand it to him.
He looks at the necklace, sticks it in his mouth, and you just see it absorb into his body. He just begins wiggling with this necklace within his body.
Give me that back.
After a moment, he just sticks his watery hands into it and just pulls the necklace out, hands it to you.
I'm gonna open it up.
It's a blank image on the inside.
Ah, fuck.
Just as I suspected. I suppose I'll have to have the other members of the party look at this. Well, Norville, I have a lot of work to do. I've been thinking about something for Baji. Well, why don't we get into my workshop? We'll talk.
And I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay. He follows you back inside. You see Lejax just sort of eye him. Uncertainly.
What the fuck was that?
But you, okay, yeah, the rest of you
I gotta go
arrive. Well, the rest of you arrive. It is probably 3 a.m. at this point.
Ma needs to go to sleep.
Yes, let's get some rest. We'll talk to Lewiston in the morning. All right.
Okay. We have another sidekick.
We have. It's another pet.
That's what this group needs. More pets, you know. Except this one's not
Well,
going to escape.
we did
Corellia.
lose a few.
Yeah.
Like
That's true,
3.
yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah. What was the last pet? There's the monkey. There's Zinni.
There was
There
Tim's
was a salamander.
salamander.
Oh man, that's
yeah.
right, Martin. Yeah.
He just let him go.
Yeah. Wow. You guys, you should stop taking pets. You're clearly in no stable environment to care for another being.
Yeah.
Well, you love your fucking companions. Angus.
He's my whole person.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's all right.
True. I don't. Both of my characters have companions, and they're both like have like character relevant reasons as to why I get super fucked up about them.
But the rest of you return. And do you do anything before you go to bed?
I'm going right to bed.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bed as well.
I'm gonna go stand at the gunnel and just sort of look out over the ocean, and I'm gonna try to reach out to Zinni.
Okay. You attempt to, but she is. You can immediately tell she's far away, and likely Ebrium is blocking the connection. But there's almost just a whisper of something, and then it's gone.
I'm gonna sort of bow my head, and then I'm just gonna I'm just gonna draw my throwing knife and just hurl it out into the ocean and just scream.
Okay. You hear just a ow! Oh, what the hell? Who throws? No, I'm just kidding. You don't hear that. But yeah, you throwing knife just clatters into the water, splashes into the water.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm just
gonna hear this.
down a little bit. Of like be beating my fist against the railing until it's bloody. I'm gonna throw my glaive down and just sort of yelling and screaming and crying a little bit. As I
I'm gonna hear this while tinkering and
Who-
come out.
Who
to the
hears
deck.
this, Mike?
Yeah.
If you want to hear it, you can hear it. Because I assume you haven't really gone to bed yet. It's been a long day, and you're stressed out. So
Yeah, just tell me. I'll let you make the decision. Do I hear it or not?
Are you talking to me?
How about I come out of my door. We both know this is Hilo. We both peek our heads out of the door at the same time, and I take one look at you, and I say, "I think it's about time for that talk."
Probably.
And I'm gonna nod to you and close the door and go to bed.
I'm gonna walk out, and as Ilo is having his breakdown, I'm just gonna put my hands on his shoulders and kneel down in front of him. Come on then. Get up. Ilo. You didn't fail. This is not your fault.
He's gone. He's got her.
And she'll come back. We'll get her back. Ilo? Listen to me. Everything is going to be fine. You have a lot of oaths to worry about. And you have more honor than any man I've met. You have a duty to Zinni. And you should not be burdened by your duty to others. I release you from your oath. You're not beholden to me. And you don't have to answer to someone that might tell you to do something you don't want to do. You answer to what is right. You answer to your honor. I, Baji, Sambhaji Rudra, Prince of Kanko, release you from your duties.
I'm just gonna grab Baji by the lapels and like drag him up and just like hug him.
Oh.
And I'm gonna hug him back.
And I think I'm just gonna start bawling.
We're going to get her back. I swear.
She's the only only person I never swore anything. She's the one person that I let down.
You haven't let her down. You have not failed her. Because you, Iloden Terennial, paladin of Shaylin, the bladed brush that will turn the waters black with the blood of black scars, is still alive. You are still alive. And as long as there is breath in you, you have not let anyone down. Do you understand? Who are you?
My name.
Who are you?
I'm Iloden Terennial. I am the bearer of grace. I am the bladed brush of Shaylin. I'm going to save her. And I'm going to save Advocate. And I'm going to stand between everyone in this place and the monsters that are even more. Thank you.
And I'm gonna clasp his shoulders. Iloden Terennial. And I'm just gonna keep repeating it. Iloden Terennial. Iloden Terennial! And I'm just gonna let the entire ship hear me shouting this.
You see several of the Windrunners just come on deck and begin taking up the chant, led by Lewison.
I come out of my room with Norval as well. I just look at both of them.
Iloden Terennial! Iloden Terennial!
Iloden Terennial!
I'm gonna... Pat, I think you're not coming.
Shit. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna like touch my hands together and touch the ship and have the words Iloden Terennial come across the deck.
That's badass. Yeah, just in red light, just Iloden Terennial. Flashes along like a neon sign.
I'm gonna hold up just a hand to sort of silence everyone. I don't know what to say. I'm supposed to have something inspiring to say, I think. I don't. We're at a crossroads. We're here in a den of snakes. In a city that wants to tear us apart the same way it tears everyone apart, the same way it makes everyone play for power, the way it makes everyone fight not for each other, but for themselves. They say Veneias is the ocean's great joke on humanity. It will not be the ocean's joke on us.
Okay. You
Clan
see, sorry.
I'm gonna raise my glaive. Clan Valiant.
You see the Windrunners just raise their spears. Clan Valiant! They shout in unison.
Clan Valiant!
I'm gonna raise up just a glass and look at Ilo, and then Norval is going to pop a bottle of wine. Clan Valiant!
You're just gonna hear from under decks.
You see one of the goblins just fire a flintlock pistol in the air. People, whoa! But everyone goes, but the goblins just go, Clan Valiant!
I'm gonna walk over to Baji, and I'm just gonna reach out my hand for that sweet mid forearm shake.
Oh,
It always comes back, baby.
I'm gonna return that mid forearm shake,
Captain.
Captain.
And I'm just gonna draw him and give him a hug.
Philo is back, baby.
Hey, hell yeah! Shame about the PvP though.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I need a new dagger.
yeah, why did you throw it into the ocean?
Look, man, I was having a thing.
I mean, you can buy your own.
I'm gonna
Alright.
kind of saunter over. Not to draw the party to a close so soon, but kind of scratch my head a bit. Quinn was here. He gave me a warning.
Ma's gonna slam open the door. He was on my ship. Iloden Terennial.
Well,
I would have you at my side in battle against this Quinvela for defiling my ship.
He gave me a warning. He told us to get out, to leave Veneias. He's won, he said. It's over.
Well, it's a good thing we know he hasn't won.
But that's not it. We talked about control, about power. What if we give him what he wants?
What?
We leave Veneias tonight.
Why would we do that? Why would we do any of that?
Because if there's one thing he won't expect, it's for us to be back. If our ship is gone, if the Windrunners are gone, if we can get back to Veneias, underground, to stay with the sun, stay with Tremalkia, it might just be the inn we're looking for.
we send the ship away.
That's
We
really fucking smart, Vasilios.
I like this. That's brilliant.
I would have to send it far away. I'm sure he's not an idiot.
No. We send the ship toward the Bay of Ghosts. It would be expected. If he's Basilios, we don't know that your family is in with the Aurelian Dawn, but there's a good chance that they are. And if we're going to send the ship anywhere, we may as well send it towards the bay. You would expect that move if he is in with the Dawn.
We didn't come in with the Valiant. So not many people know that that's our ship. All they know is the Borealis. So we keep the Valiant, and the skeleton crew running in Sangariel's house with Griff. And then when we need to make our escape, we get on the Valiant and we rendezvous with Borealis.
So,
Yeah, we'll be cutting ourselves off from support.
Maw's
Let's
okay
dust.
with it.
But we've faced longer odds.
I agree.
I think we still take the day. If we leave now, it might be too obvious. We take the day, we make a spectacle of it.
I
We
agree.
leave tomorrow night, but we come in the shadows.
I'm gonna.
I'll be
Ma
needing my...
believe how serious was he when he told us to leave? Ma believes we should make a spectacle of it first thing in the morning.
There's still a few things I'd like to pick up in the city. And
Ma does not believe your brother would want you to pick up those things in the city.
It's irrelevant, really. Supplies that will help us if we can make a spectacle of taking things on our journey, it might help our case. But either way, there are things that I might need that might help us.
There's things that I need as well.
Okay.
Should we should keep the hat. We should keep the hat of disguise with Griff, though. Is there anything else we can use to disguise ourselves?
I'm gonna run my hands over the fucking songbird tattoos on my face, and say, I stand out a little bit. I'll probably need to stay undercover until we make our play.
Which is why we need the night.
Wait, we don't need disguises. Well, we don't need a disguise hat. All we need are a few masks.
I'm gonna look around the party and say, well, maybe the sons of Veneias just picked up 4 new recruits.
Maybe.
And then we have the grapevine as a place of business.
This could work.
Okay. Tomorrow, we make a show of going out. Shop for supplies for a long voyage. We come back here. We send the Borealis out. Then, Basilios. We use the hydrospheric repulse. 4 of us, we jump over the side of the ship. Ma takes a form. We swim back under the water. Come up through the sewers. We rendezvous with the Sons of Veneias. We use the grapevine as our hideout. Quinn thinks we're gone. And then we make our play.
Where's the Borealis going to stop, though? It can't keep going on to the Bay of Ghosts until it reaches there.
You know of sort of various towns along the way they could stop at. You know, the Scarlet Foothills are not far, and there's a lot of port towns along there. Your men could relax in wine country for a little while.
Will the ship be safe? Will Tenebridon attack it?
Again, probably hundreds to thousands of ships come into Veneias every day. Tenebridon's attacking a few at a
Trade
time.
ships. Okay.
It's highly unlikely.
Okay.
And moreover, word might reach Quinn if it stops at an outlying town. We tell the goblins to have an accident. Something explodes. We were such fools to trust little greenskins on our ship. We lose a mast or something. Borealis needs to put into port for repairs.
I could do that, Riki says. He looks at one of the masts like almost hungrily.
Yeah. Basilios, you fucking genius.
All right. Everyone, with confidence assured and our plan ready, why don't we all get some much-needed sleep?
Yes.
Let's. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go pee.
Everybody, go pee.
Same time. There's just so you know, the name of this session is going to be Iloden Terennial. Damn. It turns out I really want Baji Rudra to just give me a pep talk. That's all it takes.
Dude, literally, one of the spells that I almost took this level bars people from teleportation.
That's dope.
I could have fucking probably murked Quinn
Dimensional
right there and then.
dimensional anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like
nice.
literally thinking of like flavoring it as like a water anchor that I like chained to somebody's fucking leg. And I
That's
decided
sexy.
to take hydrophobia instead because it's like a badass intimidation spell. I was
Dimensional
like-
anchor is never a bad idea too, but
Yeah.
hydrophobia so works for your character.
Yeah.
That's like such a good, like you can literally just fuck up like you basically can just take someone out of commission then.
Yeah.
You can just put water around them and they're like fucked.
But yeah, that was like literally I was like, hydrophobia or dimensional anchor. No one's allowed to teleport.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know I built him. Yeah, that took like an entire day, and I built Quinn Vela. He's not a bad fighter.
He's a bard. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
One sec.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's a bard.
What's his
Um,
what's his instrument?
Probably all of them.
Yeah, he's generally just good with instruments in general. I mean, he doesn't necessarily just use instruments. He just pure like bards are just spellcasters, you know.
Yeah.
He's just pure. He's just charismatic enough to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, like all of Vasilius's brothers are different arcane casters.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Who's the warlock?
Is Chiral? What is he, like a magic
Kyrill's
trickster
an
or
arcane
whatever?
trickster. That's
Arcane
the closest I can get.
Yeah.
Arcane
That's
trickster
cool.
rogue.
Yeah.
But
He's a bitch ass hoe, is what Chiral is.
also
Yep.
if it wasn't clear, Angus, that the Vela brothers are just the Forsaken from Wheel of Time, it definitely should be.
Gathering that,
Yeah,
Quinn,
just,
Asmodean, I was.
yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah. Quinn
Well,
is basically Asmodean.
Who did the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones?
The Lannisters.
with the
Yeah, and
Freys
Freys.
Boltons.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of how I imagine him, like a
Your
Lannister. type.
Quinn Vela almost reminds me of like Hades from like Hercules.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
he's
I was-
just like,
I
"Hey,"
love-
He is
I
a
like-
twat.
the
It's
way
so
you-
hard to talk. You always disarm me when you talk as Quinn Vela because he's such a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I love how you play Quinn Vela. That was so
Yeah.
good.
It's so
Yeah, I'm
it's
also
so.
I had to say, like when you were going as Quinn, I was just like, I don't just hate Quinn Vela right now. I hate Mike Seska.
Yeah, I hate how because it's
person right now.
yeah because we're brother. Mike knows me, so he knows how to like you know hit those spots where I'm like, fuck, what do I even say to that? What a
Do I? Fuck.
what a piece of shit. Who says that?
Yeah. Speaking of acting, though, Angus, that was some good acting.
Yeah, you
Were
were
you-
actually tearing up. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Were
good.
you like actually crying?
A little bit, and I mean, we're recording, and I don't want to get too much into my personal life, but
I feel.
My eyes were watering a bit there too, because like I was saying as we were leaving, I was like, it turns out all I need in my life is Baji Rudra to walk up to me and rub my shoulders and tell me everything's gonna be all right, and I'm like, oh man.
yeah.
Well, if you need anything, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure in the 2 months like we roommated together, I've rubbed your shoulders, right?
Yeah, probably once or twice.
Right.
Jeez. TMI.
Eroticism.
But
Baji, stop hitting on the DM.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not gonna get you any points there. But the rest of the night passes uneventfully. You guys, Quinn doesn't sneak into your room via dimension door and slit your throat in your sleeve, and neither does Chiral for that matter. You awake at around 11. You were up really late. It was a long day, and you guys are just waking up at 11 is pretty early. You sleep for like 9 hours. But yeah, the sun shines through the window. You wake up to the sounds of Riki and Nikai, one of the other goblins, just talking to Lewis, and they just say, "We'll be right back," and they leave, presumably to go grocery shopping for Baji.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up. I am going to inadvertently cast Mud Buddy again, and this guy can just be with me for 9 hours, so he's just gonna be here at all times.
What can he do?
He's just an unseen servant, but he also
Oh, that's
can
pretty cool.
he can also
he can, like,
trip
grab-
people in
grab
like combat.
stuff?
Yeah, he can just like do like chores for me and stuff.
It's like
so
a
I'm just
better
gonna have
mage hand.
Yeah, I also have mage hand.
Yeah, I'll say if fucking Norville like trips up Toldir in combat and like he dies because of it, I'm gonna be pissed.
That'll be
I
hilarious.
can do that. He has like one thing that he can do in combat where he just like suicide bombs himself into somebody's leg.
Toldir's like throwing knives at him. They're just going right through. He's like, oh no!
Norville.
That's gonna be. I'm telling you, man. 11 levels from now, that's gonna be Toldir's. That's actually gonna be Tobias's downfall because we were trying to like glue him to the floor that one fight.
Bummer his ass.
Fucking mud buddy, and that's gonna be the end of him.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
gonna
wake
magic
up.
fang greater myself and get ready for the day.
Maul gets out of bed. Magic Fang goes about his day.
It stays. It's 9 hours. I have 2 of them prepped.
Right.
As soon as the 9-hour one goes away, I use the other
18
one.
hours
That's
and
how he
9
brushes
hours.
his teeth. As he's brushing, his fangs just
Yeah.
get larger.
I'm waiting to get it permanent on me. Magic Fang Greater is a permanent spell. You can.
Yeah.
It reminds me of there was a soccer player that I heard about where he was saying that like every day he wakes up and picks where his penalty is going that day.
Okay, I am yeah. I'm gonna wake up, do some tinkering, that kind of stuff, and I am going to walk out to the deck with the locket in my hand.
You close your door by accident. You just see your mud buddy just form into a puddle, just come under the door, and then just reform on the other side.
Nice.
It's all right, Norville. If you don't mind, I'm going to be doing some engineering work later today. Do you mind prepping my equipment? Maybe cleaning up the room a bit?
He nods his flubbery head, and becomes a puddle and disappears.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and be. I'm gonna wake up a little ways before dawn. And I'm gonna.
Ilo sleeps for 3 hours.
And I'm just gonna be sitting in the prow of the ship, sort of cross-legged with my glaive across my knees, and I'll be meditating as the sun rises.
Can I wake up early and go to Gashine to get?
I guess nobody needs
Yeah,
sleep,
what the
huh?
heck? If I knew that we could just forego our 9 hours of sleep, yeah. I
How
would've
many-
just been
how many
making
hours-
items all
I'm
night.
gonna say no. I'm gonna say you
Okay.
have to rest until like 11 a.m. So
Or you
okay.
get.
Ilo,
you can-
Ilo is still resting technically.
That's fair enough. Yeah, then I'll sleep till 11 a.m.
Ma's gonna get out at 11 a.m. and Magic Fang Greater as soon as he steps a foot out of bed, come onto the deck, and hang and waiting for everyone to get up.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out.
Ma,
Hmm.
it just might be easier asking you something like this.
I
Yes.
pull out the locket and I open it up.
What do you see here?
Ma's gonna take it into his hands and look it over,
It's a blank piece of paper.
open it, take out the paper,
There's no picture on it.
Oh.
flip it over, nothing.
Quinn is just such a big asshole. He put a blank piece of paper in a locket and gave it to Vasilia.
Oh my god.
Ma believes that whoever gave this to you was. How does Ma say this? Fucking with you.
I'm going to detect magic.
It is magic.
Can I detect what type of magic? Is that how that works?
You focus it for a little while. Oh no, wait, this is the locket. No, this is the locket is not magical. No, I'm sorry about that. I
What
messed
is
up.
magic?
What is magical?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Hey, what's going on?
Fuck.
No, yeah, the locket's not magical.
I'm
Did
gonna
you-
go through everything I own. What the Iuns, everything Sander or the Velas have given me, I'm going to detect magic on.
Yeah, the stamp you got with your family crest on it, that is magical. That is a magical item. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, can I detect what type of magic? Like, would I assume?
It's a magical item. I forget. It's actually pretty expensive too, but I forget what it does.
I mean, would I assume that this is a bait hook, for instance?
Yeah, you don't detect any bait hook.
Okay.
Sander gave it, or you took it from Sander.
Yeah.
Before when you fought him on the seas. Yeah. Sorry, that's that. My bad. That's what I was thinking.
The locket is not
The
magic.
locket is not magical now. You.
Mike
you
is
took
why
magic
I
now.
have trust issues.
It's scary. With the introduction of bait hooks, it's like this
Yeah.
whole plan
What
could be
isn't a
muddled
bait
by
hook?
like just something fucking Quinn or Sander gave me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What,
Is that
what
what
do
you
you
thought?
mean, Maw?
Mod just sees a locket, some form of contraption to hold a picture or such. There is no picture inside, and Ma does not see anything to do with the piece of paper inside.
That son of a bitch. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I'll give it to him.
Ma has no idea what you're talking about.
Quinn gave this to me. He told me that Sander wanted me to have it.
Oh, and Ma's gonna walk over to the side of the ship and drop it off. Ma does not want that on his ship.
A good idea, Ma. At first, I believed that there was a real picture in there, and something with the masked man's curse upon me had, well, not allowed me to see it. But given that you say there's just a blank piece of paper, that's probably for the best.
Yes. Now, what are you wanting from these stores today?
Oh, Ma, I've been cooking up something quite interesting. Now,
How
Have
good
you
is
ever-
it? How is it?
have you ever noticed that Baji only has one eye?
Yes, Ma is actually quite perceptive. Yes.
It
Ma
took
has
me a
seen
while,
this.
I won't lie.
Mm.
But
Did
I...
you see Ma has two?
Ma has to. Well, most people do. But
Yes,
I've
yes.
been thinking, with some of the discoveries I've made with the hydrospheric repulse and witnessing the archivist, I think I might give this engineering thing a bit of a second thought. Really dive in. And what better way to do that than to, well, create something for the party?
And what is that?
Well, I've heard of, I've seen the archivist. He had mechanical eyes, automaton-like things, right? What if I could make one myself?
Nice.
You're gonna make Ma an eye.
Ma, what were we just talking about? Who's missing an eye here?
Baji is missing an eye. But why are you talking to Ma about this? Ma is not missing any eyes.
I would like it to be a surprise, Ma.
So Ma is not getting a new eye.
Ma, you do not need more eyes, Ma.
Ma's okay with this. Ma does like his eyes. But
if there
okay,
is
Ma will not say
something
anything.
that you would like me to engineer for you, Ma, I might be able to do it. Much like how you make things for Baji or Ilo.
Ma would like you to do something with Ma's headband. Ma wants it to be better.
Well, what do you want done with it, Ma? And I'm
Ma
not
wants
so
to be-
sure that my bronze or copper engineering skills will, well, much fit your aesthetic.
And I look at his bone-clad armor.
Can you not use something else? Maybe in white?
Perhaps. Why don't you give me an idea, some spells or some enchantments you want on it, and I'll give you a draw.
Ma acquired this from one of the shamans back. Well, not the shaman. From a sorceress back in his island. It makes Ma wiser. His father thought it would best for Ma to have this.
All right. Again, look into the specificities of what you want me to do to this headband.
Is it just like a piece of cloth? What is this?
Yeah, it's just a plus. Sorry, it's just a +2 wisdom headband. Can't you just increase it to a +4?
I can. I'm just thinking like flavor-wise how I
Oh.
would. I'm an engineer. You know what I mean?
Headband of
Like,
inspired wisdom +2. Yeah.
how am I going to take a cloth headband and engineer it? That's whatever.
Well, isn't that what you? Don't you like increase? Like, yeah, Isn't that
Yeah,
what
I
your
can craft
profession is?
wondrous things. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying it's through an engineering lens.
Ah.
Yeah.
Just add a like a paperclip to it.
Yeah. Like,
I'll just
It needs stick a couple pens in there.
Call it, I don't know, call it like a hydrospheric repulse. You name anything a hydrospheric repulse, it's going to have a mechanical bend to it.
But keep it on the down low.
with that, I start to see Baji come out of the woodwork.
Ma will keep his mouth shut.
Ugh.
Nothing to see here.
Nice to new eye you. I mean, see you.
I'm just going to look at Ma, raise my eyebrow. Okay. So, gentlemen, what's the plan? I'm going to go see the master and then do some shopping and then we leave. Maybe get Lunarian to send us off.
This sounds good. Ma might check out a scroll shop.
We should probably also tell Sangariel and Griff about our plans.
I'll go to Gashine
This
as
is
well.
Probably for the best. I'd also like to start with Goshain today.
All right then. Let's get started. Wait, I'll just finish up some things on the ship first. And I'm gonna go to Riki.
He's out shopping.
Oh, well, cool. All right. I'm gonna go to Lewison.
Okay.
Lewison.
Captain.
How much do you know about the Aurelian Dawn and the Eastsphere Company in Veneias?
Oh, I know Veneias is one of the major headquarters in Thalassia. It's where they do a lot of their recruiting, looking for sailors and soldiers who are looking to have the best equipment and the best training. And a lot of them are then sent south to Cancun.
Okay.
But generally the headquarters here oversees a lot of their business interests in the city.
All right. You should know, we found out that Advika has been kidnapped by, most likely, the Eastsphere Company.
Blast. Somehow I knew the Dawn would be involved in this.
Where would they be keeping her? We checked the Aurelian Dawn headquarters. She's not there.
Oh, if you manage to get in there, it depends. Depends on the nature of her kidnapping. It's a possibility. I'll say this: there's enough interested parties in this city, enough rich nobles, who, if Advocate was sniffing out useful information, they might want to keep her silenced. She might be in some family dungeons. She might be in one of Desdemira Alabassador's private prisons. Gods know that the Dawn would be able to afford a cell for her there.
What are the chances you would be able to shake down a member of the Aurelian Dawn and see what you can find out?
We would have to find the guys who took her, I guess. I imagine a situation like this, you see, they don't get new recruits to kidnap maidens off the street. They get their good guys, their high up guys. I don't know. I mean, guys who don't wear the uniform, guys whose jobs it is to do that kind of thing, and they get paid.
Can I walk through this conversation at this point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and say, "There's a commander here. The sort of black op. Would he be privy to it, or would it be sectioned off?"
He might be. At the very least, he'd probably be informed. Whether or not he was informed of the details is one thing, but if the higher ups, the brass, are saying somebody's going to be snatched, they'd probably let him know. If he knows anything useful, though, that's the catch.
So you're saying it was likely a Tidehunter group that kidnapped?
Honestly,
Advika?
it very well might have been. But what's that? You hear shouts from the nearby docks. People parting before somebody. And before you know it, you see Falco Moeri come sprinting down the dock to your ship. He's holding a goblin in his arms, and he's shouting, "Help! Help! One of you!"
I'm gonna rush down as soon as I can. What's wrong?
Ilo.
You see,
Yeah, I'm already. Give him to me.
Ma's gonna do sense motive.
you can do a sense motive, but things are happening quickly.
Okay.
It is Riki.
Oh no.
It is clear green blood is leaking out of him. He's been stabbed a dozen times.
I'm
have
gonna
3
kill
rounds to
someone.
You have 3
I'm
rounds
gonna
to save
kill.
him.
3 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna.
Maul's gonna hit him with a cure moderate wounds.
I'm gonna lay on hands.
Okay, roll those lay on hands and this cure moderate wounds.
I'm gonna hit him.
9.
That's an 8 plus 9 of 15 or 17. Yeah.
Okay. 17. What'd you get out of?
9.
Okay, yeah. Magical healing stops bleed effects, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately.
Bricky is badly wounded. He's been stabbed. You realize, yeah. You lay him down. Falco begins examining him alongside you. You quickly looking over his wounds, Ilo. You realize his wounds have been cauterized with gunpowder. Probably Falco in the spur of the moment did it. But you quickly heal his wounds. Ricky just and just coughs out green blood. But he manages to hold on. And you've patched up his wounds. Quickly, the other one. The other one's down in the plaza. Me and Saranesh were walking by. Men attacked them both.
Maul's
kind of men?
gonna take off in a falcon form.
I'm gonna pull
Head
out
of
my
the
Cure
plaza.
Serious and hand it to Ilo. Go.
I'm gonna hold out my hand and say, I'll see to them, and I'm gonna cast Fly and take off after Maul.
Okay, yeah. You do so.
I'm gonna pull out my guitar and have Batman out towards Ilo's direction.
Okay, you begin making your way there. You see people just sort of parting before you. Falco just upon seeing Riki fine, he just goes, and sort of takes a
I'm
breath.
gonna kneel down to Riki. Is he like in talking order?
He seems to be getting the better of it.
Riki, who did this?
Cloaked man. I didn't see Nikau. He's badly hurt.
Color! The cloaks!
Normal cloaks. Olive.
Green.
Olive. He just collapses back.
I'm gonna.
Falco, take him inside. Any bed, anywhere. Make sure he's all right.
Falco nods and just picks up Riki. You see several of the other goblins just help him. You see Roderick come forward and help him. The lot of you, the rest of you, you go for some minutes. Falco had told you the location. You come into a square, a sort of plaza. People are milling about. You quickly spot a group of non-humans, a few dwarves, gnomes, goblin here and there, surrounding an elf. You recognize Saranesh, who you rescued from the haunted house. This blonde sort of huntress. And she's bent down over something. Most of the humans in the square just keep walking.
I'm gonna come swooping down into the center of this group and just scream out, "Move!"
Okay, they part ways before you. Saranesh just looks up and says, "He's really badly hurt."
And Maul's gonna swoop down too, and just outstretch his wings around.
I'm gonna just be right behind Ma and Ilo.
I'm gonna lay on hands.
I'm gonna cure light wounds.
I'm gonna cure light wounds as well. Or I have a potion of cure light wounds.
Okay.
I got a 4 plus 5, 9.
And it's 8 for me for ones.
It's a 3 for me.
Okay.
3 plus 3.
Yeah. 3 from you, Baji. What'd you say, Maul?
9, but 3 plus. I think it's plus 3 then, right?
Oh, in that case, it's a 5.
Maybe.
Okay.
Wait, what?
5,
6.
6.
Maybe 6. Yeah.
3 plus
Right.
3 is 6.
Yeah.
No,
wait,
I mean-
what?
No, I got a 2 on the die, and I added 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's plus 3, then it's a 5.
Okay.
Ilo, what'd you get?
8.
Okay. You bend down and quickly Saranesh scoots aside. She had just been holding rags down. You see one of the dwarves has been holding rags down to the goblin's wounds. But you quickly move them aside and just begin healing them. The lot of you, Baji just putting a potion up to Nikau's throat and sort of feeding it to him. Moments later, his wounds begin to close, and Nikau just he just bursts out green blood out of his mouth. He's alive.
Who did this?
Ma's gonna pick him up and then fly away. Fly back to the ship.
Okay, as you fly away with him, Saranesh just go. She pulls back. You're lucky me and Falco were walking by.
Who did this?
We found this on him. She pulls out a letter, stained with green blood, and hands it to you. This is what it will say.
A warning. Stab. I stab as a warning. Quinn Vela.
This is what it reads. Tide Hunters, did you really think I wouldn't find out about your disguising yourself as me during the Mask of Lights? Did you really think there would be no consequences for such an action? This theft of identity, this most bald face of lies. I told you when we first met that I despised liars, and yet it seems you are like children who have to be chastised to remind you of whose city you are in. Consider this the beginning of your punishment. I started with the goblins, their blood is worthless, but it seems it to mean something to you. Remember this, Tidehunters, you may be mighty, but you are far from without weakness. Sect.
Oh, where you get to kill Sect now.
I'm gonna
draw my sword and pistol. Oh, where is Giovansect?
I'm gonna tighten my hand around my glaive. Sit back from the goblin and say, what's the huntress's name?
Saranesh.
Saranesh. Our ship is on the dock. Gonna find Falco. I'm gonna nod to the goblin. The Enrique will be fine. Ma, go get Basilios.
Go get the what?
Go get Basilios.
I'm just gonna presume that I went and dropped him off the ship and came back. Can I?
Okay, yeah, we'll say that. It took like a minute to do that. But yeah, okay.
I'm caught up.
Okay.
And Ma's gonna fly away back and land, and
Okay.
land in front of Basilios and turn back.
What's going on? Falco says.
Giovan Sect has made an attack on our kinsman. Ma believes there was a letter found on one of the body, or one of their goblin friends. Ma's now ready, and I don't think we can change the minds of our Baji and Iloden. I believe they are ready to storm his keep.
What? Are you saying they're going after Sect?
Giovan Sect left a note saying that he was the one that attacked the goblins.
No, I understand that, Ma. But what? They're going to chase down
He drew blood. Where Ma comes from,
sure
that is
it's
quite
him?
significant. Ma's not sure.
It is written in Sect's handwriting.
Ma
He
knows
received a
that.
few notes from him.
Okay. Ma knows it is written in his own hand.
So what? Baji, Ilo, they're calling for me, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It is mostly a call for battle.
Ma, I think it's best you go to Sangario. You tell him that our hard-headed adventuring party is not going to be able to contain themselves at the drawing of blood, and they are going to storm Sect's Manor, whether we have an idea of whether it's a good idea or not. Maybe go see Vino as well. We might need help on this.
Ma will do so.
Okay, Vasilios, what do you do?
That is a good question. Sect is in the Vinewood Towers district. Is there a canal route?
Well, he has two manors. He's got the Vine Towers manor, the one you cleansed, and he's also got the Shadowmerks manor. He seems to be in the process of moving out of the old one into the new one.
The Vinewood Towers.
Vasilios, could you write the letter out for Ma for both of them so Ma can just drop them off and run?
Yes. You mean a new letter from me?
Yes.
Yeah,
So Maul does not have to change forms. Maul can just
I'll-
drop off the letter.
I'll write one letter in my hand and have Scrivener's Chant write the second letter.
Cut to Baji and Ilo just furiously waiting in this plaza as an actual letter is being written. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you write the letters.
I'm gonna sign the one to Vino Vasilios, and I'll stamp the one for Sangaria with the Vela stamp.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, you do so.
And Maul's gonna take off and drop both of those off as fast as he can to
And are the
guardsmen.
is the Vinewood Towers district like along canals at all?
Yeah, there are canals that go through it. It is along canals, but Sect, the new manor of Sect is not along a canal.
The new manor is not.
Yeah, and the old one is deep within the shadow marks. No canals right by there either.
Okay. Either way, I'm just gonna hop on New Jackson and ride to the Vinewood Towers district.
Okay,
versus
then
running
there.
through the streets. Yeah.
Well, okay. Baji and Island.
I'm slow, guys. I'm only good at the water sports.
Baji and Isla, what do you do? Your compatriots aren't returning in any sort of time.
Where are we going? We're going to the old house or the new one?
We'll start at the old. He may still be there, and if he's not, it'll be more obvious that he's not. If he's not at the new house, he'll still be moving in.
Fine. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep my sword and pistol out, and I'm gonna head over to the one in the shadow marks.
Okay. Okay. Vasilios, you go to the one of the Vine Towers.
Vine Towers, yeah.
Okay, we'll do you first. But Maul, you drop off these letters with Simon and Vicentius, one of the guardsmen. Maul, where do you head after you do that?
I'm gonna go back to the square.
Okay, you come back and your compatriots are missing.
Maul's gonna go to the new house because that's where I would assume he would be.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay. Vasilios, you get to the new house. You've taken a few turns. Had to turn around a few times, but you ride along the canals, leap off Lee Jacks and onto the side of the road, and make your way in another 2 or 3 minutes to the new manor of Sect. And moments later, Maul alights beside you. You see dozens of men out front, moving in what looks to be more furniture. One of them looks up when he sees you. Boss isn't here. He's at the old manor.
You sure?
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna do a sense motive.
Yeah.
With guidance. It's a 15 plus 5, so 20.
Okay. Yeah. 20. He doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
so,
Maul's
so
gonna
you have,
nod.
so you have no idea of the moves that your boss has made.
Pays me to guard this house.
Mars-
Nothing of the attack on the Alabasada children. Trying to really solidify his place on the Vinewood table and take that chair.
This is a lot right now. To be honest, you should probably talk to the boss, man.
Maul's gonna crouch down and outspread his wings for Vasilios to get on.
All right.
I look at him skeptically, but I get on Maul.
Maul's gonna take off.
Okay. Baji and Ilo, you get to the old Sect manor in the Shadow Marks. You see.
I assume, just to be clear.
What'd you say?
Swinging and flying.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Superman.
Yeah.
You come to the sort of square where the sort of the manor of the old manor of Sect is. There's a token guard of some 6 men in sort of black coats standing at the front gate. And there's also 2 giant bonfires burning behind them within the gate. Almost like it looks like there's just bits of furniture in them. Like Sect is burning whatever he's not taking. The 6 guardsmen clutch their rapiers as you approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to whoever looks to be in charge of these 6 guardsmen.
Yeah, you find the guy.
I'm gonna walk up to him, get all up in his personal space, and say, "How old is he?"
He's probably mid-30s, older than you.
I'll say, "Friend, can I ask you a question?"
He looks at his companions wide-eyed and just looks back at you and nods.
Do you value your life?
He closes his mouth and nods.
I'm gonna look across at the other 5 men standing here. How old are they?
Range from early 20s to one of them looks like he's 40 something.
And I'm gonna nod to the youngest and say, "You think the kid over there values his and all the years that he hasn't spent?
Mm-hmm.
You think the old timer over there wants to spend his retirement in peace?"
The man continues nodding.
Then get out of my way.
Okay. The men all look at each other, and they promptly walk away. They just walk out of the square. You actually see the door to the sect manor is slightly ajar.
And I will look to Baji, nod, and proceed.
Vasilios and Maw land moments later.
And I'm gonna look up and say, "You made it."
Hopefully not too late. He doesn't seem to be at his Vinewood Towers manor.
I'm gonna, as one of these guys is walking away, I'm gonna grab them by the collar and just drag them over to face me.
He looks at you.
Is your master in there?
Yes, he's overseeing the last of the move. He said he wants to say goodbye to the house.
Maw's gonna sense motive.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 1 plus 4, 5. Never mind.
With a 5, one of the kids seems terrified.
Okay.
Why is
I'm
that
gonna-
door open?
He said he wants the breeze.
A breeze. How's he saying goodbye?
I don't know. He's just sitting in there in front of the bonfire.
I'm gonna sense motive.
Okay.
This reeks of a trap, but I'm too.
Yeah, this reeks of a
angry.
trap.
20.
Man, I'm too pissed. I'm too angry.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
all of our characters are.
Well, with a 20, the kid seems terrified.
What do you know about what happened today with my goblins?
I don't know. Goblins? I don't know.
Don't lie to me, boy, or I'm gonna stick this pistol in your skull.
He seems truthful when he says he doesn't know about goblins.
All right, I'm just gonna toss him to the side. And yeah, I'm gonna walk behind Ilo.
Maw's gonna
I'm-
bark skin himself. He's also going to turn into a Deinonychus.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit myself with a protection from evil.
Okay.
We're doing things. Okay, let me do something too. Let me protect myself. What do I have? Do I have a cat? No, I gave you a cat's grace. I don't think I have anything. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna look back at the party, my glaive sort of tucked up under my arm, pointed at the ground.
I'm gonna give kind of like a cold-aired wheeze.
It's too easy.
And I'm gonna look back, just silhouetted against one of these bonfires, and say, "I know, he's expecting us, and I would be so sorry to disappoint."
I'm gonna take a cat's grace because I still have one, and I'm gonna load my fire mage shot and acid mage shot into my pistol.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm walking in here with a aspect of the mouse, as well as cat's grace. So I'm gonna have more dex and more. I'm gonna have evasion.
Okay.
Hell yeah! Let's
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
fucking
I've had enough.
tear this house down.
I've had enough of these games.
Okay. Do you enter them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we walk.
Okay.
We walk it.
Fuck yeah.
After minutes of just buffing. Yeah. Okay. You stride in. You immediately see there's just bits of wood and sort of destroyed furniture all over the ground. But you see Sect at the far end of the foyer, just lounging on a red chair in front of his fireplace. The fireplace where Dominick's swords were only a day before were resting.
Sorry, I'm also casting blood armor, just for the record.
I hope you didn't scare the boy too badly. He is quite young, but I think we'll make a warrior out of him someday.
Stand
You'll
up,
hear about the goblins, I presume?
eat, or die where you sit.
Very dramatic, very dramatic. He stands up. I do thank you for the manor. Yes, that was a good bit of work on your part. Cleansing it, I knew once you did that, there was little that could stand in your way. It's a shame. My new friends, he looks at you, Vasilios. They've offered me a seat at the Vinewood table if I take care of you Tidehunters.
I'm gonna cast Moonstruck on him.
Okay, you cast Moonstruck on him. It has no effect.
Damn it.
He just he stands there and just says, he puts one hand and it just passes right through his arm. Huh. It seems I'm not here, am I?
Maul's gonna
hear,
run.
something behind you. You turn around, Maul, and you see a man standing at the door, coming out of his invisibility. Chiral Vela. He locks eyes with you, Vasilios, and just shuts the doors. You just hear a click a moment later. You realize, standing within, the smell of pitch and a burning wood is still in the air. Probably the bonfires outside were meant to mask that smell. Yes, I am thankful about the house. I'm so thankful, in fact, that I'm giving you this one. You can use it as your funeral pyre. And the image of Sect just disappears.
I'm gonna smite Cairo.
He is behind a door and gone.
Maul's gonna turn into an earth elemental and start trying to burrow out of here.
Okay, as this happens,
I'm gonna cast protection from energy.
As this happens, you see several illusory crates or illusory images disappear, and you realize there are 4 crates inside the room. Crates you'd seen before, similar looking to the crates where Sect had sicked his manicores on you. The crates, the doors just open up on them, and several red-skinned, almost troll-like fire giants just begin clawing their way out of the crates. The smell of burning wood and pitch just is immediately amplified just by these things entering the room. And you realize the floors, so even the marble floor, is soaked in just flammable substances. And I think that's what we're going to call it.
Jeez. We're fucked.
God fucking
Fuck.
damn it.
Fuck.
You know what the other spell I decided not to take this level
Yeah.
was? Protection from energy communal. Giving you all 120 fire damage, DR, for free.
I don't have magic or any defenses, Vasilios. Can you also hit me with a protection from energy?
If I got that off, yeah, I can definitely do it.
Nice.
Well, I
Okay.
guess we'll.
I also have, I just took fire shield. So not only will I take basically no damage from fire, but every time somebody does damage to me, I will reflect cold damage onto them.
That's pretty good.
That's cool.
Yep, we're going to open next time with the combat.
All right,
Man, we don't even
good
get to
stuff.
We don't even get to fuck up Chiral.
Yeah.
I'm so
Well,
mad.
I'm gonna say that I just stayed as a Deinonychus because I didn't realize. Is that okay? Because I was saying that I was trying to turn into something else then to get out.
Okay.
I thought the whole place was gonna blow up. I'll be honest. That's what I thought was about to happen. I'm like,
the place seems like it's lit up like a Tinder torch. Like it's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
they've been pouring essentially gasoline.
Yeah,
all
that's
over
kind
it.
of the
Yeah.
thing. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Are you just gonna instantly die, Baji, or could I nullify these effects by casting a water spell or something?
I don't know why you're asking me.
I
think
guess
that's
we'll
bad.
see
Yeah, no, that-
see the terrain first, and then I guess go from there.
We'll
Yeah,
find out.
well,
Fires don't happen instantaneously unless, of course, they're going to blow the place up. But if they're going to blow the place up, I question the validity of fire giants.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
exactly.
I think we're supposed to fight them.
By funeral pyre, he seemed to indicate the place is gonna burn.
Yeah, which that's all right. We can get the fuck out.
Quinn only gave me tonight. Really? He gave. It seemed like he gave me a day.
He said, "Leave tonight."
He
now."
did. He did say
I thought he
leave
said-
now.
I thought he
Yeah.
said leave. Yeah, I guess.
That's what I said. I was like, we need to leave in the morning.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we get up,
We were close. We were close. We almost did it. Almost did it.
which is okay for
My thing about that is, so if we're doing Curse of Strahd, if we're doing a vampire thing, I would have loved to play a gunslinger, but there's no like proper gunslinger in 5e.
Oh, is there? Yeah.
But
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't, and also I'm not sure how OP like a third party would be. I'd have to look into it. That's like I'd have to decide.
The one I used before was a Unearthed Arcana Arcanist, and essentially they were an Arcanist that engineered guns and stuff, and that was pretty
Okay.
good. I thought that was pretty.
It's like a spell
Look
shot.
Look into Critical
Okay.
Role, Pat. The one dude.
Yeah, I think
played-
Matt Mercer created his own.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I've heard
he played the one guy in their campaign played like an engineer, like gun maker guy.
gunslinger.
Matt
But-
Murphy has a custom
And-
fight.
But I would also say though that this is going to be Curse of Strahd, and I would also say be prepared with a backup character too, because
Yeah.
like
Is it hard?
it's
I've
a
heard it's
fuck.
deadly.
Oh,
It's
really?
deadly, yeah. Like the
That's what he
first,
kills you.
so you start out in, I'm not gonna give out too much, but in this house, and it's called like the whore house or something, or murder house or something, and you stay in that house from levels like 1 to 3, and that's like your introduction to the campaign. And I'm pretty sure
Oh, shit.
there's one room that really tests you, and stuff like that. But I would, and there's like apparently a lot of crazy items in this first house that you need to have like high perceptions on. But I mean, yeah, I would say be ready with a backup character because, and the whole thing too is that in Curse of Strahd you can like go anywhere, but from the DM's point of view, like you can go anywhere, but like you're gonna run into like high level CR like encounters because you're not supposed to be there. Like
Yeah,
so, and like
that's interesting.
you kind of have to, and then like there's Strahd himself, which is my favorite part. I'm gonna have to come up with his voice, where I'm just gonna be like, I saw this one DM had this rule where it's like every time his cat jumps on the table, Strahd just appears and fucks with you, and like or like. And it's like, and like all the players would be like, fuck, keep him off the table, keep him off the, and then like, he would jump up, be like, ah! But like, yeah, like having like wolves attack you in the night, and like I'm just like, and Strahd is just like on like a tree watching you, like as I sent these wolves after you, and like fucking with you and stuff. So it seems like a really cool campaign, and it's only levels 1 to 10, and it's like, I've seen people say it takes like 6 months to like a year to